Hello. Hello, everybody. How is
Hello,
everyone doing?
chat. It's us, the players.
I stream.
So, um, doing a quick recap from last time. You spent your time in Shu, and while there, you investigated a graveyard where, when you went there, you were horribly outnumbered and attacked. Shio went down and was very injured. And we picked things up with you still in the graveyard, finding help for Shio, but everything was a bit too far away. It was the middle of the night, hard to see, and you were still kind of sensing something in the area. Eventually, you saw a uh, figure walking towards you, which turned out to be Kyoji, who decided to accompany you for now. You then, after a bit of time, um, you stayed in the graveyard overnight, and then you headed back into Zushu, the capital, where you did a bit of shopping. You spoke to the police guard and handed in the quest, basically. Um, but that basically came to the end of the festival. So you then headed back to Nonsu, and on the road you saw a few Oni, some orcs, maybe tieflings, some big burly strong type who were kind of in your way, blocking the way for a lot of other passers-by as well. They were kind of harassing you a little bit, kind of giving you some trouble, but you did get past them. But as you were walking away, you saw them kind of veer off across a field and towards a small camp. You all went over. Kyoshi ninjaed his way over, kind of investigating, and with a crit insight into one of them, as
That was sexy.
yeah, as they were they looked normal, farmers' outfits, just casual clothes, no armor, no nothing, but clearly they had these boxes which were covered over by tarps and stuff, so you couldn't see inside. And one of them dropped one, and inside you could see like some armor pieces and stuff. Just a glimmer of like some armor, some weaponry. It's hard to tell exactly how many, but a lot if all the boxes were filled. Um, so yeah, after that, you then ended up going straight to Nonsu. Nonsu itself, very unsimilar to Shu in some regards. It's very more traditional. There's this very big wall kind of surrounding it as it kind of goes in for multiple different layers, almost doing like a class divide as you go closer in, with a huge kind of castle in the middle. The streets are full, but not as busy as when the festival was actually starting off and you had gone originally. A lot of people were very formally dressed in some kimonos, some um, just some fanciful kind of gear in some ways, some um, just looking presentable. Um, there are some guards kind of on display with this kind of uh, samurai like shield on their shoulder. Do you know what I mean? Like the I forget the name of them, but they're wearing the typical kind of samurai armor with pole
Yeah.
arms meant for subduing people more so than combat. Surprisingly, as you're looking around, you're not seeing many people wielding like swords or anything. It seems to be a very peaceful place as there's some you can get a faint whiff of like the smell of like some flowers and like a rush of like hot air almost as this is a city of hot springs. Okay. So
So kind of like, last temples where it's like it was saunas, and this one's just purely saunas.
this one isn't purely saunas. It's not all saunas, but there are a lot of really
But you know
well-known
what I mean.
hot springs kind of around, with some more catering for like the masses, and some other ones if you go outside the city limits. Um, some hot springs just kind of dotting on the mountains and stuff, naturally occurring ones.
Um, okay. Shio is I started when the group is walking, entering the city. Shio covers his face with the mask, with the only mask, and with his big hat, big straw hat. And he stands in front of all the group. I ask you, please, everything that we just saw about that camp of old farmers and, well, I don't know what they're doing, but just keep it in here. I don't want the shogunate to know about this. Not at this moment. Stand
I
quiet. And he stares at Umibosu, just asking him with his eyes.
Okay.
second time that's happened today. Okay, let's try it again.
So,
Can I go, please?
yes, go ahead.
Hearing this little speech from his small little friend, he understands it's his own kind. He wants to take care of them. It's understandable, but he doesn't really. He's very conflicted by this. You can see this is in motion as well. Arms are crossed, standing up high, one eyebrow raised up, looking up to him, and he begins to speak. Why should I not tell the shogunate? These are possible raiders, villains, thieves. Who knows? Do you really want to hide this from everybody? Do you really want to wait and see anything bad happen? I say we tell them now. We get this done with, and it won't be a threat anymore.
We don't know what they were doing. Do you want to start another war? Just at the verge of a peace treatment?
Yet our new friend over here, Kai, told us there's weapons. They are Oni, literal demons. Do you expect just the tiniest bit of pacifism from them?
It's at this point that the hooded ranger is going to give a small snicker and say, how ironic for a yokai to call an Oni a demon.
When did I ever say I was a demon?
They just look over.
Human.
They just look over at you and give a small shrug. They don't really say anything else before saying, although I do agree we should probably keep this a bit of a secret for now. For all we know, they're just farmers trying to arm themselves to protect themselves from raiders. I don't see any reason we need to act on this right now.
Or they could be looters, raiders, maybe the same ones from the temple. You don't know.
And you do.
Touche, my friend. Touche. All I'm saying is, we should tell them soon. Either officers, guards, or even the shogunate if I look lucky enough. We shouldn't hide this. It's important.
Kyoshi would probably tap their finger to their chin and say, I don't think that we should be giving people who we don't know a lot of, shall we say, attention, given the fact that we don't know where they're from, we don't know what their motives are. Much like...
Well, since they are demons, Oni, and they have weapons, what do you expect?
Nurture over nature.
Aren't you just some grand philosopher? Fine.
The thing is that you don't know where they came from or their reason for being here. They could have just come down to try and flee the war in the first place. They might be seeking out a peaceful life. Granted, that is a lot of weapons to give to a bunch of commoners and farmers. But who's to say they're not trying to build up a militia so they can actually live in peace? A lot of people came down here to flee the war. In fact, there's a lot of people that are still trying to continue the fighting for almost no reason whatsoever, other than maybe to satisfy their own bloodlust. Do you really think that there's a very high likelihood that that particular settlement is one of them? Or are we going to continue to act with delusion and let history repeat itself by painting people in a light when we don't know anything about them?
Oh, aren't you some big philosopher? You do know what yokai are, right? They are spirits. Spirits from the past because of dead people wanting vengeance on something. Ghosts, if you will. Do you not think they want to do something with those weapons? They're really not going. They're not going to just parade and march with pride and joy. They're going to raid something sooner or later. I don't trust them, but I guess we must stay silent because Shio said it, and I don't want to break our friendship just quite yet. So I will not say a word. I promise you that.
Okay, she gets a small smile over their face and say, well, of course, I expect them to use the weapons. Weapons are always meant to be used. They're a tool like anything else. You just hope that you never have to use them.
I have no more to say. Off. Where do we go then now?
So the city itself, seemingly there doesn't seem to be like there's not an event going on, not anything like that. It just seems common business. There's some people kind of walking through the streets, some guards, some military police on patrol. Nothing too irregular. Everything seems fairly calm, as at this point you would have left Shu early in the morning. And by the time you trek back, we're going to say midday, maybe verging a bit more in the evening. Let's say 5 or 6 in the afternoon. There's to give you some points to maybe if you want to investigate. There are like sake houses which are open if you wanted to go on like a food tour, I guess. There are the hot springs which are open as well, which do help with like fatigue if you wanted to. There are the guards. There are a number of dojos around. You can. Is there anything anyone would like to do, or any person or type of person you want to look for, and you can roll me an investigation if you do. But let me know what you want to do.
Alright.
Okay, Umibosu first.
Alright, thank you, friend. So, with that little heated conversation between Kai, Shio, and Umibozu, he decides to walk away from the group a little bit. He doesn't want to start anything more, anything less. So, with his half a bag of dried, uncooked rice, he begins walking to one of the sake bars. Why not have a drink to cool down? As he continues crunching, and I mean crunching hard on the rice. I need a drink.
The rice itself is like, I mean, it's dry rice. You can kind of imagine what that's like. Someone like you, because you've been munching like handfuls after handfuls, it's getting to that point where it's like, there's no taste, there's no satisfaction from like these at the point, as it's just like when they're cooked and then seasoned and stuff, that's when like the flavor comes out. These are just like pellets.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Okay.
But yeah, as I said, he's going off to one of the sake bars, or whatever they're called.
Okay. Everyone else, and if you want to split the party at all or anything like that, you're welcome to. Like, don't feel like you have to all do the same thing.
So, I'm thinking I'm going to see if I can find one of my own that is in the city. And if I can't, after, let's say, an hour maybe, then I might go out into the outskirts and see if I can hunt.
Okay. So roll me an investigation. You would know... So if you would know basically where your kind are all located. You probably... If you wanted to just go to where your campsite is, basically, there would be a ton of them.
19.
A 19. Yeah, okay. So, as you're kind of looking around, you're seeing a there's actually this almost square opening up into like this big open area, with what looks like a small stage kind of positioned, like between some other stalls and houses, with some people just kind of doing, well, basically what Umibozu does, like a kabuki play, just kind of out in the open. But you're seeing some of your kind. Do you spot them first with like kind of how they're wearing and kind of how they're a little bit hunched over as well? But very clearly you can kind of tell at a glance it is your kind. You see 3 of them actually. All huddled together, wearing like almost like a veil over their face, kind of obscuring their appearance a bit.
I wouldn't think I see more of my kind down here. But it would be good to talk to them, I guess. He mumbles to himself. As he then puts away his bag of rice. He's had enough dry food for the day. I think it's time to calm down from that. And with this armor, with a nice little smirk in his hand, the smirk in his mouth, he walks over to the 3 Goliaths and pats one on the back and says behind them, "Ah, my fellow kind! I wouldn't think I see any more down here. Why are you down here? Why just wear such disguises?"
Hang on, a little bit confused. Kayoshi asked for his kind.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm going to not talk anymore.
You can, as you go into the sake bar, though, I'll say, I'll throw you a bone on that. There is a very tall person similar to you, grayish skin, kind of from how he's sitting, like kind of like mid-waist height to him, like 3 or 4 dwarfs kind of going drink to drink with this big guy as well. But we'll pop to that in just a second. Koshi, you do see these 3 people all from your tribe.
All right. Give me a sec. You can do everybody else's things. I'm going to think of how I want to go about this.
Okay. To give you a bit of context on the 3 people there, there's one which is fairly tall, a bit of a hunchback. You probably would know him as, I'll put his name in chat. This is Dusk. Kind of a dark-skinned person with a bit more pronounced features for your kind, if you know what I mean. There is also Twiglet, which is a smaller, elderly kind of one, with her hair like completely white at this point, completely silver and grey, with it kind of being scrunched up into 2 kind of pigtails which hang down by her side. Yeah, Twiglet. And there seems to be another one. Called Brooke, which is another kind of same of your kind, but like elderly, a little bit taller than from the other lady, but he has a cane with him as well. So overall, they seem to be a bit more elderly folk, if that helps.
That does, and it gives me a hint as to how I can go about this.
Okay. So, Typhoon and Shio, would you be going into the sake bar with Umi, or would you be doing something else?
I guess I would follow him at least to the entrance, and then Shio wants to walk a little bit, search if in Nonsu. He doesn't know if there is like an artist plaza or a place that performers like to reunion, and of course he wants to search for the Nobiagari, the theater troupe.
Okay.
I feel like if any of them try to drink anything, they just pass out immediately.
Typhoon, what about you? I'll say as well, Kibi is going in the sake bar with you as well, Umi.
Wait, he's not here today again?
He will be. He's just a little bit late.
Okay, I'm gonna go find a place to meditate for a little bit, and then I'll be there at the bar. Just not right now.
Okay. So it was Shio and Umi who were going into the sake bar, right? And Kibi as well.
Wait, where is Kibi?
Kibi will be with you. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So you three would go into the sake bar. Like I said, you see this one Goliath sitting up by the bar with these 3 or 4 kind of dwarves on each side of him. Sorry, on one side of him. And they're all just going toe to toe with like drinks. There are some other more casual folk in there as well who are a bit more... They're more like savouring it a little bit. Drinking isn't a common thing, or like... A lot of the folk around here don't have a high tolerance to it, is rather a better way of putting it. If you have the tolerance, you can fucking down tons and tons of this shit. But it is strong for quite a lot of people.
My. Well, you two have fun, trying to get drunk or whatever you wish to do. I was not expecting one to come down the mountains. I was expecting to be the only one. I wish you talk to him. You do, whatever you're doing, boss. He says to him, I'm sorry for repeating myself. He then puts away his bag of dry rice, because that's delicious for some reason, and begins to walk his way to the other giant. Of course, he's a bit happy to see his other kind. You know, gets kind of lonely just seeing humans and all that. It's good to see someone that doesn't have to crouch down like a little baby man. So, goes to the giant, goes to, Goliath, pats him on the back, and, because I can, he says, Umibozu says in giant, because that's the language he speaks. Only he knows, unless you guys know for some reason. I didn't expect to see another of my kind down here. What brings you down here, my good friend?
Like, slowly turns... He's so bald with some tattoos down him. Grey skin. As he kind of turns around to you, you're seeing, weirdly, you know Goliaths, they don't normally have much of a stubble, but this one does have, like, a little bit of a beard forming. As he kind of turns around to you. Oh, hello there. Do you want a drink?
Why would I say no? Of course.
Kind of gestures, and the barkeep comes around and like pours you, like, to you it's actually quite small. Like, you can probably grab it between your 2 fingers, but other people could probably grab, like, they have to put a whole hand around it. It's like a clay kind of cup, which is like poured full of sake.
Yeah, that's what it is. So then, because he is such... I'm sorry, I'm a stupid idiot. Since he's such a cool man, he lifts up the bottle with only his left pinky. He just lifts it up and holds it like that. They're so tiny. Wow.
Yeah, the people around here often are. But these lot here can put quite a few back.
I can... Oh, Jesus, Ooh, okay. I am so sorry. Say, what brings you down all the way down here? I wish to ask.
Well, holidaying, I guess. Having a little vacation. Me and Liz not here, we're mining folk, down from the mountains.
I've heard of Mount. Surprisingly, I've never really done mining. I've lived on, deep on top of the mountains. Never really been down, either. So is it work for you?
Yeah, good work. We're from the mine, don't know if you've heard of it, the silver-tipped... You probably have, actually. Silver-tipped... Silver-tip, that's it. That's the name of it.
Yeah. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard plenty of stories.
It's this beautiful mountain, completely white, filled with ore, with these pink trees. What do you call them? Sakura trees. Yeah, that's the word. They're dotted all around the place. It's amazing.
If I have the time, I may have to go up there. Sounds pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really much of a vacation spot, but if you're looking for work, there's a lot to, a lot to excavate from the mines.
Well, since we're telling stories of each other, have you ever heard of... I'm guessing you know about Shubojo Peak?
I'm not that traveled, I'm afraid. Where's that?
Fair enough. Oh, it's another mountain. It's a little town. It's not too much, just a little spirit town. Known for... not too much. Just a religious place. Came down here. Kinda like for you. Not for a vacation, perhaps, just for my own amusement.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we're just down for the Winter Festival. Paying our respects and stuff, and there's a lot of people, a lot of cheap booze going.
Wasn't that a fun reason to come down? I like you already. Say, what's your name?
God damn it. I'm Vega.
Vega. Exquisite name. I go by many names, but please call me by my preferred one, Umibozu. He gives a slight bow, Yes.
Is that, Umi as in water?
Ah, so you do know a thing or two. Yes. It's a tradition, you could say, in my place. Whenever adventurers leave Shibojo Peak, they get names based off spiritual creatures. I got Umibozu. My brother, which some of you may know, Yamato no Orochi he goes by. Or Orochi if you want to be fancy with him.
That's an awfully strange name, but I don't know anyone like that, but yeah.
But it's simply a town tradition whenever someone leaves. Been fond of it for a couple years now. Hi! Shio! Good friend! I want you to meet someone! He shouts out if he's near him, of course.
Shio is no longer near. At this point, I guess he would have just walked up to the city to start searching.
Okay. If you're good, let's say we jump to Shio real quick.
Yeah, good to go. That was a fun interaction, by the way.
What did you want to do, Shio?
Shio wants to search in the city for a place where he doesn't know, but he wants to find like some places where artists or performers would make reunions and things like that, because he wants to search for the Noviagari. So he's just walking in the city in search of places like that. I don't know, house of artists and things.
Okay. Roll me a investigation then. And could you give a quick description of the Noviagari as well? Or kind of what you're looking for.
Okay. So the Noviagari, for the stream, is a theater troupe that travels in, I guess you could say cars. I don't know how to say specifically that in English.
Like travelers.
Ancient cars. Yeah, they are travelers. They are painters, singers, but most of them are actors. They are Shio's family. They usually come with a lot of mounts because they have like a rider tradition in the family, and especially if someone would see them, you would probably know that at least 3 of the members, one of the uncles, female cousin, and the little brother of Shio, look like him, like blue, red, and purple Onis, respectively.
Okay. With a 17 investigation, as you're going around, you're definitely seeing in the with basically with Kaio. In the center, there's this big square which is opened up, and there's this almost like stage performance being played with like some kabuki actors. You're noticing with that, I don't know, you would notice or at least see Kaio kind of eyeing up from a distance, but on the actual stage itself, you're seeing a number of the actors, not quite as big or not quite like Umi, a bit more skinny, a bit more frail, but one of them a tiefling, an oni, just like you, not like blue skinned, a bit more reddish tint to the skin. But you have these 2 large horns which kind of go up and then curl round, almost like, like curling back down his head. Except he is dressed in, or playing the role of a female, dressed in like female clothes, but playing the character of the female role in this play.
Okay, so they are acting at this moment, right?
Mm-hmm. They are still on the stage performing as they have this big crowd kind of around them. You're noticing this as just to go over what I just said. You're noticing them to be one of your race, playing a female role, which is actually kind of common. Often, like, if you're someone of like Umibozu, who's been like, one of the higher ups, the star performers in like a play, you'd play more male, more dominant roles, with the kind of apprentices and early kind of people learning being the female roles, kind of.
Yes, fun fact, by the way, the reason why it's only males play female roles is because it was originally used for prostitution. They had to change it where it could only be men, but they had to change the age because it was also used for prostitution for men, so they had to change the age to around 20 or 30 to only play kabuki acts, so that's the one.
Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, you see this
so
going
Shio, on. Okay. Shio, the mere look of this, of course, he recognizes someone of his own kind, so he starts like looking for other like troop members, and well, if there isn't that I can do at this moment to bring his attention, at least to see me and leave him a note, I want to pass the mic to the others, because at least I want to talk to him, but if he's in the play right now, I guess I would have to wait unless I can get his attention. So I tried getting off the mask and making a little gesture with paper and start making like a little flower.
He doesn't. So there's a fairly big crowd as he's kind of doing his performance. You're kind of taking off your mask and stuff. You might just catch eyes for a moment as they just quickly flick back and he's back in the performance. But you can't quite tell from just that if he's aware of you right now. He saw you for like the brief of instances, but beyond that you can't tell.
Okay. I guess. Well, so I know that if he sees me, at least he saw me. Well, I'm going to search for one of the like play organizers. I don't know, for staff around the area, and I want to leave him a little note. I want to invite him to, I don't know if there is like a drinking place for sake, or I don't know. I want to leave a little note, like an invitation, and
Yeah.
tell him where I plan to be. At least.
I mean, yeah,
with
you have
my friends
parchment.
if he wants to search us. Yeah.
There is some like where you can see almost like stage hands or like people kind of on the outskirts, not actually performing, but just like kind of on the skirts of that. That you go over and kind of hand them a note, kind of giving a vague idea of where you would be and stuff.
Yes. And I want to ask to the staff or the other ones who are not performing, what is his name? Who is him?
This is notes. Ah. This is. Let me type it out. Marvia.
Marvia. Okay, I am looking to talk with Marvia and just tell him we send regards from the Noviagari, and he parts and he starts searching again for Umibozu. He assumes he's still in the drinking place, but he will be heading.
Kind
Yeah.
of this guy, as you hand the letter, then you kind of mention the Noviagari, doesn't quite ring a bell. He like kind of squints his eyes a little bit, like, oh shit, is this like the mafia or something? He doesn't quite understand what that means. So he's a little bit like, oh.
I just wink to him.
Okay. As you head back to Umibozu then, Kaio, what do you want to do?
Having seen the gathering of 3 of my own kind, I decide to walk up to them, and I don't tap them on the shoulder, but I make sure that they can hear me by lightly clearing my throat, and I decide to speak in our native tongue, a simple hello.
Okay. So I'm going to assume the rest of this conversation goes on in your native tongue. As
Yes.
Yeah. They'll reply back, or this taller fellow kind of turns around first and kind of, this is Dusk. He kind of sees you and just kind of eyes you up for a second and just nods and bows as he recognizes you.
As Dusk bows, I decide to return the bow, and then continuing on, I ask him how everything fares. Just basically, simple, how are you? How's everybody been in my absence?
Fine. Some of us have got jobs now, trying to settle in, but things have been a bit... There's a lot of us and not many are willing to trade.
Well, that's understandable. It's not exactly easy to literally start your life over again.
Yes, we didn't leave with much, and not many are willing to give us anything either.
Well, just hoping that one day the kami may smile upon us once more. But for now, is there any chance that home is still where it was whenever I left?
When you say home, do you mean home, or this home?
I'm referring to where the tribe's tents and things would be set up.
Yes, we're fine. If anything, the festivities of things have been on sale. A lot of people have been offering, or a few people, the good people around here, anything they can't sell and they're throwing out, then they're fine if we just take it. It's not much, but,
given the fact he's covered up, can I determine his state of being? I want to make a medicine check to see if he's actually all right.
You can do a medicine check. Do me an insight check first. Okay.
11.
Seems fine. A little bit skinny, but not super skinny or anything like that. He's quite tall. But yeah, he seemed fine. If anything, he's just a bit broken-hearted with everything that has gone on. And that would be kind of something which you'd feel in quite a lot of people as well, where, like you said, they're literally upheaving their entire lives and moving on, starting from scratch, and they're asking around, they're not getting anything, and it's like, why even bother sometimes,
So I'm going to give a small wave of my eyebrows before going on and saying, well, I think I might be able to turn our fortune around. Maybe not me by myself. I'm going to need help doing it, but...
How so?
He gives a small sigh and shakes his head, saying, I honestly don't. I have no idea. But the least I can do is at least try, for the sake of all of us.
Twiglet will kind of come around, and probably Brooke as well will kind of step forward, with their cane, just walk over to you, if there's anything we can do, just let us know. The tribe is behind you.
Right. So Kai looks over to them and gives a very soft nod. Very soft, very slow nod of just thanks as a return before saying, we have to look after each other. Whenever you've got nothing left, you always still have something. Even if it feels like it's nothing. Can't just let people that I've grown up with starve. I'll see to it that you're taken care of if I can do something about it. For now, I wonder, any of us able to wield a bow?
A few maybe. You going hunting?
Kai gives them a small smirk and a nod before saying, I think it's about time that we start learning how to track the animals in this area.
Yeah. That makes sense. Maybe we could try herding, getting what we can. I can send whoever out and pick some food and forage for some fruit and vegetables as well.
Which one is saying that? Twiglet or Brooke?
Twiglet.
So Kai's going to look to Twiglet and then say, that's one way to start it. But recently there's been a lot of crime, people wanting to try to continue the war whenever other people don't want it to continue. It's caused a lot of upheaval. We all know this. But there's other people looking to bring those people to justice. Maybe not in a way that lives up to our brothers' legacies, shall we say. But perhaps we can hunt a different kind of prey this time.
I don't follow. What are you... You're not going to kill, are you?
They vehemently shake their head and say, no, I don't have any interest in killing anybody. But there are some wanted posters around the town.
Alright, then I have returned.
Welcome back.
Anything important I missed?
Just talking for now, but we'll jump back to you in a second. Oh,
Okay.
I see.
Hi, Bubba.
Going after wanted folk, people who need justice. Maybe showing that we are on the side of the law and get us in the good graces of some.
The very least, it'll show that we're somewhat capable, even if it doesn't earn us any good graces. It'll at least earn us respect. Maybe at least then we can stop some of the tragedies that have been going on, at least if the rumors I've been hearing are true. But nonetheless, I didn't come here to talk about the sad parts. I came here to tell you that I've actually found a few people who may be willing to help us, as long as we're willing to help them. Give me a few moments, let me return with them.
Right. Yes, do you want us to wait here, or we could meet you back at the camp? Serve you all some food?
Let us meet at the camp.
Very well. We'll meet you there.
Excellent. Until then, take care and good luck.
And kind of all give a little bow to you and then start to depart.
And with that, Kyoshi is going to do the same and about face and begin to hunt down the party wherever they went off to.
Okay. Typhoon, did you say you were going to be in the sake bar as well? Just kind of practicing meditation?
Yeah, I was gonna practice the same astral protection training like before.
Okay. We'll do that then, or we'll jump to that. As Kibi, hello. How are you doing?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
So basically everyone had come back from Zushu and headed back. You're in Nonsu right now. You'd made the trek back, and basically you're all just hanging out in a bar. A Goliath called Vega just bought Umibozu a drink. There's like 3 dwarves to his sides as well, all kind of going drink to drink with all of them, basically. You're there as well. You're seeing, I'll say, you and Pyphoon probably at the same table. Pyphoon going through a book every now and again, reading certain bits, and then going in and just kind of meditating. And then there's not quite a spark, and then going back and reading the book and just kind of doing that process again and again.
Okay. Is there something? Is this like a prompt for me to do something?
Yes, what would you like to do?
Let's see. I would like to get a drink.
Okay.
This is gonna end badly.
You'd see at the bar Umibozu there, going shot to shot with this Goliath. Just if you would like, Umi, if you want to deduct, let's say, 6 copper pieces off your sheet, we'll say that you and the Goliath have been buying each other rounds and going neck to neck this entire time.
That's a lot of 3 or 4 dwarves that have also been drinking with them.
The 3 dwarves are not buying for the 2 Goliaths. The Goliaths are just going neck to neck. The dwarves kind of
This is
buying
gonna-
amongst the little friend groups.
And that, my good giant friend Vega, is how I fought against 3 river children who fought it on all of my friends. Be sure to tell it to everyone around you. That one didn't go out too well. Seems like he's having fun with his new giant friend, telling stories, and it looks like he's telling their newest story of the three river children.
You'll see kind of Kibi coming up behind you, and Vega's like, "Oh, I'll tell you the time when I was walking down the path, the road, just kind of close to here. There was a dog with the face of a man, an elderly man.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's when Kibi kind of comes up behind you.
That sounds cool. Kibi, my good friend. Oh, it is so good to see you again. Come. Here, come. This is this is my new giant friend, Vega. Say hello, Vega, to Kibi. She is he is a rabbit person from the moon. Yes, moon. Big white scene in the sky.
That's what that is.
Drunk
Wait,
enough.
what? Drunk enough. Oh, hi. My name's Kibi. As you heard, I came from the moon. But are you like a, what do they call it? Bari Tangor.
I've never heard of a Bari Tiangor, but I've heard of a bartender.
That's what it is.
There you go. No, I'm not the bartender. And he'll kind of gesture, and then the bartender will kind of come out. Human, looking very kind of common for the area, I guess is the way to put it. But like, just kind of commoner clothes, just looks fairly regular. A bit more beefy than, I guess, other people, but aside from that, I think good. Kind of sees you. Yes, what would you like?
Him, yes. Give him the not the strongest scene. The opposite of strong. Because I feel like if he drinks anything above average, he will die of poisoning.
Okay. That's 2 copper pieces from you, Umi as well.
No.
Make that a double of
Kiwi's
the
gonna-
not strongest thing, wink.
Wink.
As Vega throws another 2 copper pieces.
Oh, that's amazing. Wait, hold on. I want to make a strength check to see how hard I throw it at the bartender.
That is a bad idea.
That is a very
I
bad
mean,
idea.
He's wasted. It's not like he can control his strength.
You can try it.
Yeah.
If you crit or get real fucking high, he'll destroy one of the bottles behind him. I mean, that's not as... Okay, that's not super high for you. It's like buckshot, basically, and it kind of just bounces off the back behind him. He's like... Whoo! He ducks for a minute, like... Just... the Vega's gonna throw him another copper piece. Yeah.
Oh! That was a good shot, you must admit, Vega.
Oh my.
And then after a moment more, the bartender will come back with 2 shots and place them in front of you. You're getting... Or roll me an insight, if you'd like to.
Me?
Insight?
Yes. Kibi, roll me an insight.
Okay. God, I always have a hard time reading. Oh God, I can't read. Okay, yeah. That's a 7.
You're getting this whiff of very strong alcohol, and yeah, you know at least one of these is not alcoholic, and there's a very strong smell of alcohol coming from another one, but you can't tell which is which.
I want to down both.
Okay. Make a Constitution save.
Oh no. Kibi's going to die!
Roll me 2 con
Kibi's
saves.
going to die, no!
Okay.
His tiny little kidney cannot handle such
That's a
alcohol.
nat 20 on that second one.
No!
Okay. So you're good either way. The first one you drink kind of... that's the one that gets you. As it's like kind of strong, but you kind of... you do it in one shot. pull it back, you're good. The second one,
Ew.
it basically tastes like water. But it has a little ting to it. It's quite nice, flavorful. Has like a little bit. Yeah, it's quite nice. Definitely not strong, but definitely very nice.
You.
See
Your kidney
Kiwi
must
open
be
his
stronger
hand.
than a god's sword.
You shouldn't underestimate us moonfolk. We are a little bit more tough than you might think.
I apologize.
How do Vega and the bartender see this? Are they also shocked that the tiny little rabbit it just fucking downed both drinks?
Bartender,
Like it was nothing.
bartender probably doesn't care because it's like, oh, you paid for the drinks. That's what you got. If anything, a little bit curious. So he's probably like, kind of gives you like a little smirk. Vega's probably doing the same kind of like, oh, as Umi.
Yo, Vega, look at the little rabbit person. Their kidney must be as strong as a god-forged sword. I cannot believe it.
Wow, I didn't think you had it in you.
You'll be surprised what I can do.
I once seen her. I once seen her jump to the moon and back. I should not be surprised. Yes, of course. How else did she come here? She jumped down here. Of course she would be fine. I mean, he. Yes, I apologize. He
I see.
jumped down.
You see a femboy and you default to she. But no, it's funny. It's fine.
It's good enough.
I mean, it wasn't really that much of a jump. You kind of just close your eyes and boom, you're here.
You know, after this adventure, you must teach me how to moon jump. That would be very exciting.
You know, I'll see what I can do. You may be a little bit, what's the word? I can jump because I am as light as a star. You look like you could become a meteor.
I take that as a compliment.
I mean that is a good way.
Oh, thank you. Something. He then bows down, but unfortunately he is so unbelievably drunk that when he bows down, he falls down face flat. Oh. That hurts.
We'll say so. Python would have been reading his book as suddenly, you like as you're kind of focusing in, you're constant like you felt it for a little bit. You felt like a little like you were just on the cusp of it, and then Umibozu falls down and breaks your concentration. Shio, at this point you'd be in as well, and Kyoshi would probably be coming in at this point as well, as you see Umibozu just falling on the floor drunk. And Kibi actually doing pretty well.
What is happening? Did you guys have a drinking competition?
I wouldn't call it a competition. It's more like an ass whooping.
He kind of just bowed and fell.
I am perfectly fine, my...
Are you okay?
My goodness. No, my face is completely surrounded by vile wood. I cannot see, I cannot know. I am in a dark void. Please help me.
I will get you up. Don't worry. I am
strength check.
The strength check. This man's probably 155,000 pounds.
You could try and do a strength check. Anything aside from a crit by yourself wouldn't do it.
okay.
Could I help?
Yeah, with help, a few of you could probably lift him.
Yeah.
It's not a one-man job, basically.
I mean, you could try by yourself.
So we roll with advantage because of help, right?
Yeah.
This is
I
so-
definitely do not have the strength stat for that. So
19. As you and Chio both kind of see him fall down, you're able to kind of pull him up onto the chair and just kind of weakens Bernie's like position him up so like he looks like he's fine.
Oh, I thank you, shit and Kib. Oh, yes.
You are certainly drunk and you will not move anymore. Please.
please don't take another drink. I beg of you.
Bartender.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do you think it's a smart idea to trust the small shit and Kib?
You're just gonna see Kiwi just like
I'm gonna
look at the
roll
bartender.
an insight to
Shake
see if
his
you can
head.
understand that.
I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. No.
What does he mean?
Good. Yes,
He's just
good.
gutting.
Is your friend okay?
So
I've not quite seen such a heavyweight Goliath be such a lightweight.
I'm going to go over to.
What'd you say about my mama?
I'm going to go over to Umi, and I'm pulling out my mess kit, and I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to say, Umi, if you take one more drink, and I'm holding up the pan from my mess kit.
No, not the pen! Ah! Okay, my no. Bartender, help me! I'm scared.
I
Please,
kind of
I
want to
want
know the
further.
story behind the pan.
I want to know the story behind the parent too. He was just looking at him, just like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay, I'm putting the pan and the mess kit back away now, and I'm going to just pat Umi on the shoulder and say, I think you might have had enough for the day, my friend. Aside from this man who seems. Wait, how many of you two had?
Like, how many, like, counts on his fingers? More fingers than I have.
11, then 11, because that's more than one thing. Ooh, I'm smart.
Yeah, a few more than that.
Okay, she just blinks a couple of times, and it makes sense to him because these are two big, beefy, burly men with a lot of weight, and it'll be hard to get him drunk, but he just looks again at Umi and says, I think for the sake of your liver, you may want to stop right now.
I have 6
And-
levers.
There's also the matter of, if you go down, we're not going to be able to move you. It took 3 of us to get you back in the chair.
Oh, okay. Vega, my good friend, I must be heading off because it's things. Please remember me in your dreams. I beg of you.
Yeah,
You are not dying.
I'll definitely remember this.
Oh, thank you. Okay, it is sleep time. It is this time for sleep. Let's go, family members of party. Wait, wait. Smoke man, person.
Yeah?
Yes, he points at you with a very shaky finger, like extremely shaky, can barely point at you. You say my kidney bad? You have long gone, no long gone death disappeared. Ash.
So, so Kyoshi takes out the pipe that was strung to their strung to their obi belt, and they point at it and say, "It's not something that's ordinary, in case you're wondering. There is one more reason that I had this besides smoking, but I'll say
You
that
have
for another
illegal
day."
weed?
He just
You
blinks.
carry illegal?
He just blinks at you twice. And says, "What?"
Umi, hate to
I-
break it to you, weed isn't illegal here.
Yes, but there's an illegal version.
There is an illegal version.
Maybe.
There is a legal version here, though.
Well, then just blame it on to, him being absolutely shit-faced.
Okay.
I then go to bed. Let us go. Goodbye, bartender friend. Goodbye, Venus. Goodbye.
So,
Off, and so he tries his best to stay on his two legs, which actually does a decent job at it, and begins to very slowly take one step forward, with one each step taking like 3 seconds to actually go forward. Yay. Let's go.
it's at this point that Kayoshi's going to mention to everybody in the party and say, "Oh, by the way, I came across some of the members of my let's say I've got a few friends. They're willing to offer us lodging for the time being if we don't disturb them."
Are they pretty,
Really?
lady?
Some there are some females among them. Some younger males as well.
No, he's asking for Yoshi. Are the person he's wondering?
Yeah,
are they pretty
like
ladies?
I'm just kind of. A lot of them, primarily like, at least 50% of them are like elderly folk, getting on a bit in years. Not many younger people within the group.
Okay, then never mind.
So Kayoshi's
That's-
going to mention it. It's on the outskirts of town. There's a small camp that they've set up nearby. We can probably stay there for the night, but just don't go snooping around in their business. We've all been through a lot recently and everybody's a little on edge. Okay?
But who are they? So have you been traveling with them or?
He's going to turn to Shio and try to shut down the questions with a simple, "They're friends. They're people I can trust, and as long as you're willing to trust me, you can trust them."
I guess we could, but I actually think that I have to stay here. I don't know. I am waiting for someone.
Kayoshi gives just a little bit of a nod and says, "Understandable."
You awake again?
Yeah. So, yeah, are you just gonna stay here and wait for the person?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, sorry. Umibozu is currently facing a wall and arguing about it. Arguing about the fine things in life. Yes, I do agree that cheese is very comfortable to eat with bread, but have you ever considered mushrooms with bread? Yes. Yes, Stephen. Yes. Oh.
So here's
I never-
everyone's plan here. Kibi and Paifun, do you want to go with Kayoshi to his little tribe? And Umi as well.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Paifun?
Pooh soon come.
He might have just stepped away for a sec. But we'll say he goes with you as well then. Okay.
Hey, DM, very quickly. I want to help them carry and leave Umibosu with the call friends, but I want to return to the drink place just to see if Marvier has already come or if he even received the invitation. But I want to accompany them to live in the
Yeah,
boat.
if you'd like to. If Kayoshi, Kibi, Pyphoon, and Umi are heading over to the tribe, if Kayoshi gave you directions, you can meet the person at the bar and then make your way down afterwards.
Okay, I guess that's okay. Yeah.
How does that sound as a plan?
I ho, it's off to work we go. I ho, oh.
The three dwarves
Oh.
kind of stare around to you like, hey, that's a bad stereotype.
Oh, I'm sorry, small people. Oh, no, please don't smite me. Oh, okay.
He's having a rough time right now. I just go to the dwarves. He's having a rough time right now. Apologies. He's kind of dumb when he's drunk. So don't mind him.
They kind of all like turn around and continue drinking.
Okay, goodbye,
Let's go.
sweet people.
Come on, Umai.
Let's go. Moon man. Yes. Go.
Okay. So Kayoshi, you are leading the way, right? Okay.
Hey, he's not dead.
Okay. Sorry. What were you trying to get my attention?
Yeah. You are leading the way to your tribe, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So we'll say from where you are now, your tribe isn't actually too far away. As you kind of came in from the, if I'm getting this right, the western gate, your tribe would be primarily towards the northern gate. So it's a little bit far in, but you can kind of take the paths and kind of, get around pretty easily. You do give Shio directions there as Shio stays behind as well. The night goes on for maybe, let's say, another hour or so, and at this point Vega and the three dwarves will kind of finish up their drinking, and then after about like half an hour in, they'll kind of wave to you as they kind of leave, and then they'll kind of depart one by one. There's not many people left at the bar at this point, as
5 minutes.
You're saying Venus, and I'm thinking, oh, it's the Monday campaign, because Venus is in the Monday campaign. Marvier comes in after about an hour after everyone else has left. You see him kind of come in holding a note and just kind of looking around before kind of seeing you and making eye contact.
I must bathroom. Where's bathroom?
Umi,
Bathroom,
you're
please.
you're with everyone else at the tribe at this point.
Yeah, I know. He's still asking.
Okay.
Please.
Shio, you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So you see Davier come in. Davier?
Okay. So Shio is sitting in
Marvier.
like wait, you got cut. Your audio cut. What did you say?
No, Marvier. That's his name.
Okay. So Shio is just like sitting in a little you could say in the corner of the drinking place, and he nods his hand and offers the seat. He still has his mask on and the hat. And he raises his hand. Please, bartender, could you bring us some of, 2 glasses of sake? One for me and one for my friend, please.
At this point, the lights have gone fairly dim, but he does he serves you. As there's not many tables, things have calmed down, and he kind of just nods and then just gets some drinks ready. And after a few minutes, he just kind of puts them in front of you.
So your name is Marvier, right?
Yes. Who are you? Your letter didn't say.
Yeah. Shield takes off the mask and the hat and he reveals his one horn. My name is Shio. You could say I am a traveler, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit, at least. Just for a few things, if you don't mind. I I'm sorry this is so sudden, but I was searching someone like you for a long time.
Oh, right. Is this, are you, like, scouting for actors for something, or, I haven't been with my troupe for too long, but if you're, if you liked my performance today and, wanted to hire me on for something, then I'd be happy to.
Oh no. I loved your performance. Don't get me wrong. I am an actor myself too, but this is something more personal on another level. I want to ask you some things about our kind, and I wanted to ask you. You probably have seen in the note there is a name, the Noviagari, and I
Right.
guess that you haven't seen them, but well,
No. I saw the name. It took me a while. Honestly, I hear a lot of names and stuff, so it takes a minute to think of it. But I have heard of them. Why are you? They're not in trouble, are they? You're not hunting them down?
no, of course not. They are my family. I am
Oh.
searching for them.
Okay. Yes. No. I've definitely heard of them. I worked for them for a very short time, but I mean, I say worked. It was just a bit role, just a fill role for like a single performance. But yeah, we crossed paths.
Really? Do you know where they headed? Where are they?
They left Nonsu quite like a few months ago. I heard they were heading their way, heading down to Ho. And they were going to follow the road and tour for a little bit. But they said they'd be spending some time down there. Maybe they're still there.
Oh my god. Thank you. How are they? How Shio starts drawing like a little sketch of a little blue Oni with hair a little bit longer than his and with like more of a red color. And he asks, "This is my little brother. How was him? Was he okay? Did he act normal?"
Yes, no, they all, or at least the time I had with them, like, they all seemed normal, seemed to be surviving at least. It was I mean, we had some, well, there, like, some people were talking bad about our folk, but they seemed to just shrug it off and take it in their stride. But yeah, no, they all seemed fine.
That is very it's a relief to hear. Thank you, Marvia. Uh, I don't know how can I pay you except for this drink, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I assume that you are an errand, right? You're an artist and you're traveling.
Yes, just learning right now, trying to make it big in the arts, but yeah, getting there.
Yes. I asked you these things about my family, about my little brother, because, well, we have a little problem, and I wanted to ask you Are your parents human, or are they
Uh,
Oni too?
my parents are Oni. I. Ooh, roll me persuasion. I think you'd have advantage with this. Because, like,
Okay.
you bought him a drink, you've been very nice to him so far. But this is like you're getting him to, like, open up, kind of thing.
Yes. Let me check if I have an advantage.
No, you have advantage.
Oh, okay.
You'd have advantage. You've got him a drink, you've been very nice to him so far, so you'd have advantage on the roll.
I see a friendship growing.
Okay. No. My parents are Oni as well. I came down here by myself, actually. They were from one of the tribes in northern Nagayama. They fought in the conflict. Very aggressive people. But I couldn't be with that. I'm not that type of person. I came down here myself and I've started building my own life.
Oh, um, after hearing this, Shio gets just like a little bit confused, and he doesn't want to be, but he is a little like disappointed in all the results that he's getting. I understand that, yes. Um, I don't know if this is something that happens, but rage attacks. Have you heard of something like that?
Rage
Just
attacks?
spontaneous and horrible rage attacks.
What do you mean?
Mm, okay, you said to me, you told me that my brother was acting normal, but the last time I saw them, we had a problem. I guess I could tell you. My family is suffering in this moment. Um, they are turning into Oni, like me. Me and my brother were born like that. And we don't have a problem with being Oni. Don't get me wrong, I love myself. I love my kind.
That's good.
But my brother, there was a day where he got very violent. And he was aggressive. He grew, he started punching and just tearing apart everything in our troop. He broke the leg of my father, and we developed further things. My uncle, my cousin, and I got separated of them because I wanted to search for help. I don't know. Is there anything in your, well, I think you have grown between Oni, so do you have a remedy for that? Is that something common?
From my experience, definitely not common. I've not heard of really anything like this before, but there are many tribes in Nakayama. Some tribes like have abilities nurtured and just manifested throughout. So, like, one could appear to be human and just take on the form of an animal. Others much stronger than you would believe. Others seemingly have the skin of stone, and they're wildly different from each other. It's possible this might have been a side effect of that. Maybe just a tribal thing, something innate.
That's, I guess that helps. I have to thank you. You've been really helpful. It's just, it's weird, you know. My family is half human and half Oni, but none of us were starting like Oni, just me and my brother. So I'm a little worried that something rare is happening to them, and I wanted to search for them. But I thank you for your help.
Maybe look into this. If this is something you're looking to fix, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a family thing, genetic. Maybe magical. Maybe a curse or something you're afflicted with. I would seek more. Or I would seek that path. I don't know that side very well. I don't know the people who maybe you could talk to, but that's what I would do.
Magic. That sounds something reasonable, I think. Okay, I will search for that. Thank you again for accepting to see me.
No, it's
And
fine. This drink is more than
for-
worth it after a long day.
Yeah, I guess so. And if you want to talk at any time, I will be traveling as well, but I hope I find you again, at least at some point. And wait, let me give you something. And as he starts drawing just like a more detailed photo of Marvier and his face, and he starts to give it life with that particular magic, and he makes like a little living flyer for watching the performance of Marvier, inspiring in the like dresses and mask that he was using this day in the play, and I give him the little paper.
Oh wow, this would be great for headshots. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I have to get back with my group. It was nice to talking to, well, an or own it to cut my head off. Thank you a lot, Marvier.
Right, I'll see you around.
Bye. And she walks out of the drinking place, and he pays, of course.
It's 2 copper pieces, or how I've been doing it. 2 copper pieces for 1 drink, so 4 copper pieces.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, we'll jump to everyone else. Shio, you'll be a little bit further behind, but we'll start with Kyoshi leading everyone else into the tribe. As you see, so these kind of like cloth kind of felts, seemingly like a few different layers as well, almost like built like yurts, kind of coming almost like starting from the actual.
Do we hear Mongolian throat singing?
You don't actually, but you are hearing music. I'll get to music
Then
in
I'm
just a
not
second.
interested.
Starting from the actual wall itself and working its way out, you're seeing these yurts and some livestock, some working horses, no like pigs and cows and whatever like that, but just horses and some other working animals like that. You're seeing, as you kind of go through as well, or Kayoshi's leading you through, a lot of very elderly people as well. People who, some are at this point probably bedridden, but many are actually just kind of sitting out and just kind of in the night air, just kind of enjoying it. There's some playing. Forgive me, I have forgotten the name of it. Kayoshi, what is the instrument you play?
A koto.
Koto.
Have to zither.
Yeah, some of them are playing on a koto, which, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I am, giving a... Oh, it's the kind of like a...
It's literally the
This.
string music that's playing in the background here.
Yeah. This music, this kind of thing is being played throughout the small camp. Not a ton of like bright colors. It's fairly just kind of white and pale. But you're seeing some folk around. Of them, if you all could give me a perception check.
Can I do a performance check? Because I want to do something.
You can do that in a second. But do me a perception check.
Okay, look. The second you said yours, I know what's gonna happen.
Well, okay. We'll do that performance in just a second. Do a perception. Okay.
Jeez. Okay.
Kipi and Typhoon as well?
Yes.
Okay. But Umi, you can see as you're kind of looking around at least, a lot of like folk fairly kind of skinny. There's no like really large ones. But all just wearing kind of common clothes. Some a bit more raggedy than others. But what's more noticeable is as you kind of look at them, they seem human. Some kind of more dark skinned than you would expect for the region, like very clearly natives, basically.
Gotcha.
With some almost animalistic features. Some fur growing out, some like more eccentric, exaggerated canines, some slightly more pointed ears, stuff like that. But Kyoshi is at this point leading you through the small tribe.
Right in the middle of everything, Kyoshi turns around and says, "Welcome. It's not exactly much to call home, but it is home. Welcome to the tribe."
So what would everyone like to do?
I know what I'm going to do, but I want to wait to see what everyone else does, because I may want to help them. If for no better reason than I know that my people would possibly be standoffish.
Okay, real quick then. Pythoon, you haven't been very talkative.
Sorry,
What do you want to do first?
I'm probably going to explore quietly, just walk around, see, get to know the place a little bit.
Okay, roll me an investigation then. Kibi, is there anything you want to do?
I want to see if I could learn about this, like, we're in a village, right?
A small tribe. It's just on the outskirts of the town. The actual city itself, this is just kind of like a traveling kind of like put up in almost a hurry kind of like campsite.
I would love to know more about the culture of this tribe, because, you know, curiouser, and also Guya would kill me if I didn't learn about this.
Or you can ask Kyoshi.
Yeah. Kyoshi, right?
Yes.
Could you, like, tell me more about this village of yours? Or tribe, I guess, maybe the better word for
Like
it?
Ghost of Tsushima, you know.
So, Kyoshi, they lower their head for a moment, and after a second or two of hesitation, they come back up and look at you and say, "Well, we came here after the war, trying to flee. We didn't want to continue the war, and some other people did. And we had to split off from the tribe that we originally had. There's only so many of us left. A lot of us are older simply because, well, it seems in old age your bloodlust drastically decreases. And some of us just want to live peacefully. Some of us want to practice our hobbies. We don't exactly want to hone knives and axes all of our lives.
Understood. I get that. I get that. It's, being able to have the volition to do a lot more is very good for, the mind and body. So happy everyone here seems to have freedom to do what truly interests them.
If only it were that easy. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people in my tribes that have a stigma against them. We're not exactly seen as the most friendly of groups, considering we previously associated ourselves with warmongers. We look alike at a distance. Not that I can blame anyone. And they say this with a sort of somber look over their faces, as though they themselves regret it, or they're carrying the burden of other people, in their words.
I can like visually see this, right? Like this would have you're not trying to hide it.
You can tell there's probably more than what Kyoshi is telling you, but they're hesitant to tell you everything.
You're just gonna see Kiwi. He's going to close his fan, a little reverse torque, and he's gonna look at Kyoshi and he's gonna be like, "If you're uncomfortable telling me more, that's fine. I don't want to pry into uncomfortable grounds for you."
It's not that. Forgive me for saying this, but I don't trust any of you. Not enough to where I can immediately tell you everything and trust that you won't try to murder me in my sleep. Because, unfortunately, on the way down here, that was exactly what happened. We had to uproot several times because we were run out of the place. It was only here on the outskirts of Nonsu that we can actually find some level of sanctuary. And even then, there are people who go out specifically try to hunt for us, to try and kill us, solely because they associate us with demons. And not the sort of demons from myth, either. I'm talking about evil. The kind of people that would tear your throat out with their bare teeth. We're not like that. I just wish I could make other people see it. Now here we are, struggling with what little we have left, trying to survive.
Kiwi looks a little bit shocked. You can tell that he's just like, "Oh wow." But in his Kiwi ways, he's going to be like, "Well, that's understandable." I mean, he's gonna think about the group, there's definitely an interesting bunch of characters, but he's gonna put his hand to his chest and like, "You have my solemn word that I will never attempt to try to harm you in any way, shape, or form. It's not part of my, how do you say? It just doesn't seem right. You shouldn't be persecuted for some dumb, not just. It's wrong how people are treating you, and I'm sorry that you have to feel that way. But I solemnly swear that I will never intend to harm you in any way, shape, or form. And that's an honest, Kiwi promise."
So Kai almost gives them like a sort of sad smile and says, "If only it was that simple." But either way, I believe that I had some people waiting for me. Is there anything else any of you wanted to know before I possibly retire?
Sorry, how did you feel?
Okay. While you're talking to Kibi Kibi, with the 21 investigation from Paifu, as you're kind of, so I guess you'd still be listening in with one ear, but you'll kind of still be like kind of looking around, checking out what, like kind of poking into all the different houses and stuff, kind of seeing what's actually going on here. You're almost seeing like so each of the houses, or the yurts, I mean, are seemingly outfitted with a particular purpose. Some almost completely fitted out to be like wood carvers, and like crafters of some kind. Okay. Okay. And so some people who seemingly are like in the middle of like crafting some like musical instruments and stuff like that, looking to like another of these kind of yurts as well. You're seeing like one maybe fit out with like a brewer's supplies, and like they're in the middle of brewing some potions, or just on the other side of that as well, maybe like cooking up a meal and stuff. Each of these are almost like facilities of their own, crafting something basically, but also doubling up as like a place for people to rest. So there's almost this sense of like nobody, even though the individual yurts are up, nobody necessarily has a place, like a home themselves. It's all like a communal kind of like sleep where you want. You know, we all kind of share, this is our resources in a way, we all kind of share what we got kind of thing. You would also probably notice on the necks of the people, you'd see this with Kyoshi as well, but these little lockets around their necks. Some in gold, some in silver, but you'd see them on the necks of everyone as you kind of walk by as well. Typhoon, is there anything you want to do?
A lot of stories. A lot of stories.
Not really much. Not really much, no.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of story. Last session you had like a big combat, so I figured this would be a nice chill thing, and it's a nice way to get into Nonsu.
Yeah, I like it. It's just fun.
Mhm.
Fun thing, fun times.
So, what does everyone want to do?
Right. I would like to do something.
Okay.
So, if this is, I don't know if this is stupid or not, but since though he doesn't really know too much about this side of the country, he does know one thing for sure about it. It is throat singing. He's heard it plenty of times, and because he finds it funny, he's gonna go right in the edge of town, clear out his throat, and try to attempt to do Mongolian throat singing. Hence why I'm going to throw a performance check down, and hopefully it's good.
Do it with. Go on.
So suddenly you just hear.
Do it with disadvantage, Umibozu. Roll one more time. Okay. So you're not proficient in like singing and stuff, but you are able to kind of conjure this. You kind of open up your throat basically, and you can conjure it up, but at the same time, it's like the vibrations kind of irritate your throat a bit as you kind of every now and again just kind of cough up a little bit, and then you continue on. It's not, I wouldn't call it music, but it's something. You're making a loud
It's
sound.
Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah.
And I love it, so that's why I'm doing it. I sent a song in the link if you want to hear it, you can put it on in the background because we're going Mongolia, baby!
That actually got deleted.
Oh yeah, put it into the game channel on Discord. You can't put it into the Twitch chat. But so like I said, there's not many people actually singing around here. There's fairly more elderly folk who kind of get the idea that they couldn't do something like that, even if they wanted to. A lot of them seemingly, or at least one of them, is playing on that stringed instrument which you can hear on the music right now. But yeah, there's this very kind of peaceful thing, as peaceful kind of tone going through as we're getting towards like night is falling. We're just about hitting sunset at this point.
All right. So can I go and see if I can find Dusk and Twiglet and them from earlier to see if they've gathered anybody with bows?
Yeah, you can. I'll say it doesn't take too long. You would be able to find them three kind of in like... So there's a smaller yurt kind of leading up, and right in the center there's this much bigger one, which would be more of the communal kind of like gathering area. You do find them kind of in that area.
All right. So how many other people are with them?
There's about 2 other female of your kind, and 1 other male.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to go over to Dusk and just give them a small nod before saying, so we have our hunting party ready?
Yeah. Let me introduce you. This is Talon. So Talon would be more of a similar to you. However, I wouldn't say they have fur. They have very kind of curly hair. And Ligma? Oh god.
Lick my balls! Got him! Fucking got him! Ha!
Why?
I can't believe that.
I can't believe that worked.
I did it! Oh, yeah!
Jesus.
Oh, yeah!
I want to kill myself.
Talon having like fairly more like curly hair with it kind of going into like this kind of muted grey almost. And this is Aqua, a bit more of a shyish female, kind of armored up with this kind of leather armor which seems to be like adorned with like some leaves and feathers, stuff like that to kind of blend a bit more into the wilderness. And Hazel, a bit more of a darker skinned type. She seemingly is like, she has her claws almost on her hands and doesn't seem to be retracting them, or isn't like conscious of like trying to hide herself. She's fairly more short sleeves and stuff, like kind of proud of what she is almost. That's what you're kind of getting. But yeah, Dusk will kind of point out these 3, all of which have bows on their back.
Okay. And do I need to worry about do I need to like pay special, like are they young, like 8 or 9? Because if so, I need to know if I need to look out for them.
Not 8 or 9, they all seem teenagers at least, with Talon maybe being the older one.
Okay, good. So they can potentially hold their own in a fight if this goes bad. Okay, good. So I'm going to turn to Dusk and say, well, are you 3 ready?
They all kind of like nod, each of them kind of giving a like, yeah, like Hazel's like folds her arms like, yeah, I'm ready. Aqua's a bit more like a bit more shy, kind of recoils a little bit, but like everyone does nod.
I'm Kyoshi. Stay close to me. Try to keep your head down. But wait, how many hunts have they been on? And as I turn to dusk, like mid-sentence.
Back before, not many. Around here, this would be the first as a big group like this.
So Kyoshi gives a bit of a nod of understanding and then says, "Okay. Well, we can all see relatively decent, at least I hope. But I've got some friends who won't be able to see as decent. I'll see if they want to join us, and then we'll see about getting food for the night. Shall we?"
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so I'm going to take the three of them and lead them out to where I last saw the party and say, "We're going on a bit of a hunting party. Does anybody want to join us?"
You see me Blue right near the edge of the clan or whatever, and you hear him just finishing some, maybe your traditions throat thingy. Oh, Kyoshi! Oh, good day. I have done things. Hello. Anyways, what do you wish?
We're seeking to go out and get food for the rest of the clan. And I need people who are willing to hunt and have good eyes. These three are joining me.
I mean, I have... Wait, hold on. He then pulls out his huge bag of rice. I can give them this. They can cook it. Hopefully they can.
So Kyoshi just holds up their hand and says, "It's not quite enough to satiate the entire clan. There's a good number of people here, and despite that, with all due respect, Umi, I don't believe that they would be willing to take table scraps."
Fair enough. He then proceeds to eat the dry rice once more.
And you see all three of the other folk just kind of wince a little bit, like,
Out of character? Understandably so.
Out of character, what the fuck?
Okay.
Out
Back
of
in character.
You see, if you don't know, out of character, that cures Umi Bo's disease called Ligma.
You've tried
You
that.
want to know what that means?
We're all aware of it now.
Damn it, I thought you would have... Okay, fine, I'll stop. That was funny, though.
So, back in character, Kyoshi is drawing his longbow, and he's going to put an arrow in the hand that is holding the bow, so he's ready in case if he sees anything out in the woods move. And he's going to turn back to the rest of the group. And it's at this point that he's going to like give them a bit of a grin. This is the first time that anybody in the party will have seen Kyoshi grin, but it's not really in the sense of like heartwarming and peaceful. This one feels primal, almost like a lust of some sort. And he says, "Are we ready?"
Well, I once threw a deer so far that I couldn't find it, so I could probably hunt once more. I'm a very stealthy man,
Okay, to just keep on top of this. Shio, would you be fine if I said you were, while Kaio had actually gone off and found these other three folk and come back, in that time you would have joined the party?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Would you be joining them on this little hunt?
Yes. I want to search in the forest.
Okay. Pyphoon and Kibi as well?
Yeah, sure, that's good with me.
Aye, let us continue then.
I don't know. Hold on. I had to do something real quick. My dad's calling me. Hold on.
Okay. We'll say, if it's okay with you then, Pyphoon, because I know you do want to do the meditation stuff you stay and, or let's say you do go, but you're kind of more absent in thought, as you're kind of reading your book and going through it, and still kind of focusing in a bit more on your key manifestation. Okay, so the party and these 3 other folk do head off into the forest. There's like, so immediately outside, there's like a small path which leads up, and a bit further out you see like a forest. There's almost seems to be this field filled with, it looks like wheat, but is about half the size of it, with these almost like red tops. Which kind of, and as you kind of look over to the field, you see another field just completely, like as far as the eye can see, just kind of covering up the hillside with the same kind of plant, but like with a green top as well. They kind of come up to like your waist height, I guess, as you kind of trek through these for a little bit and over to the forest. You're noticing some these very kind of old trees. A lot of the leaves had actually fallen off by this point as well, with some bamboo stalks coming up in odd places every now and again as well. So, if you're hunting, what are you trying to hunt for?
We're looking for medium to potentially large game, anything that's viable for food while not being overtly dangerous. If we see something like an owlbear, we're going to turn and run. If we see something like a fox, we will probably slay it on the spot.
Okay, roll me a survival. If you do it as in the lead, let's say you have advantage on this as well. If anyone else would like to do anything else, or look in a different way, you can roll a survival as well.
Oh, 24 to survival.
Wait. I guess I would also want to roll.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I am searching as well, but, well, I am helping, and I am trying to find, like, larger animals than just footprints.
Okay. Kibi. Okay. Starting for Kibi. You're kind of looking into the ground. There's a lot of leaves and stuff around. And you're kind of looking and pulling up some leaves, kind of looking for tracks, and your eye is caught as you see a rabbit. Just a rabbit, not a spectral one. And you're kind of watching it, and then another rabbit like kind of jumps into a bush, and you see it kind of shake for a bit, and then you see it just pop out, and then another one pop out and go the other direction. But it just kind of catches your eye, and you're not able to like find any like bigger tracks or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Shio and Kyoshi. You can both okay. You both see tracks of a potential animal. Medium height. It doesn't seem, based on the size of the prints and how deep they are into the mud, it doesn't seem like it's particularly big and could feed everyone. But it is it's about the size of a deer, if that helps.
That does.
You're seeing one set of tracks, as well as a number of other tracks as well, but these tracks are what is most apparent. If you'd like to roll me a nature, I might be able to give you a bit more information on, like what kind of tracks you're looking at.
Okay.
14 to nature check.
Okay.
12 in nature check.
You could probably both tell, not quite a deer, closer to a dog-ish, a canine, or maybe a large cat of some kind.
So, I motion over to the other 3 hunters just with like 2 fingers and then I start speaking in our native tongue, which out of character, did we say on what that was, Valiant?
Common. Because of the way the world works, all the races came from the same, and then they split up. So all races speak kind of common, and it's the same common throughout everything.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'm going to hold up 2 fingers and let them know we're not here for the small ones. Stay close to me. Keep a weather eye out.
Oh,
I've got a feeling about this one.
you mean okay? Sorry, if you meant specifically the language you're speaking to the other people of your tribe.
Yes.
Haven't got a name for it yet. But yeah, that would be a variation of common, kind of using the same script.
It's a different dialect.
Yes. I will
Works for
say
me.
as well then, because you did roll a 23, as well as these canine, almost cat-like tracks, you are seeing some other tracks as well. Some actual deer tracks, or what you could see as maybe being like from the bovine family of some kind, as well as some bigger ones that you do kind of notice these are probably a bear tracks. However, they seem to be going in different directions. I'm just giving you an idea of what else is around here.
Does he see this? Or
Kayoshi would know this from his check.
okay.
So what? One more time. What were the tracks? There was bear, something bovine, a deer, and possibly a feline.
The tracks you're following are these canine, maybe feline tracks. You're finding like bear tracks, some deer tracks, some maybe bovine tracks, stuff like that. They all seem to be in different directions. The ones you're tracking are the canine tracks, because they seem more freshest and probably, the biggest, or like within the range that you said.
I don't think precious is a word.
We're going to try and follow the. We're going to try and follow the tracks that the Servine left behind, the deer.
Okay. Okay, if you'd rather that. Okay. And you see all these different tracks, but you do pick up on the deer tracks as you start to head in that direction. The trees themselves are, I wouldn't say thick, as you've got like these tendrils of branches kind of sticking out. It takes a while as you kind of push them by. It is like winter time. So there's a lot of leaves on the ground. It's kind of hard to track through this. But you kind of come up to a small clearing, as it is very dark at this point. It's hard to actually see the other party members from the trees at this point. But you can clearly see there's almost this small opening, as there is a stream kind of running through. And like you can see a number of bushes hanging around. But yeah, as you enter this space, you hear further off in the distance, you see maybe, or Kayoshi would see, like the glints of like maybe a deer or something just kind of bound out of the bushes and just kind of hop around but stay generally in the same area.
Okay. How far is it away from us?
About, from where you are, probably about 80 foot.
Okay. So I'm going to motion to our party to hold their position and then very quietly whisper over to them, draw your arrows and get ready. Stay close and don't let loose until I give the signal.
All three of them kind of draw their arrows. You're going to notice all of them, like Talon, very confident with the bow. Hazel kind of pulling out the bow. Aqua, who was very shy before, suddenly kind of feeling the the seriousness of kind of, you know, the situation, all that's gone away as she is like perfectly like focused in on the deer as well.
Alright. So, I'm going to see if we can get just a little bit closer, maybe 20 feet closer, so we have a good shot. And potentially to also see if there are any more that are nearby.
Okay. If you're moving closer, it will be a stealth check. The more people who move closer, the more stealth checks. The DC will stay the same for each of them, though. So who is moving forward and who is staying back?
Kyoshi and the 3 members of his tribe will move forward about 20 feet.
Okay. So do me a stealth check.
Yikes.
That is for Talon. Well,
Ha! If it works.
so as you start to head off, Talon kind of taking the lead just kind of goes around to the left, with Hazel kind of Hazel and Aqua kind of going round, staying a bit closer together, with Hazel first off kind of like taking the lead but snaps on a twig, and as she does that, Aqua kind of looks over, and as you do, she kind of snaps on a few more. And as that happens, you kind of turn around to kind of see what's going on, and as that happens, you've quite a few low checks there.
Unfortunate.
However, all from the right-hand side, as Talon snuck up on the left-hand side and is seemingly, well, at least undetected as far as you know.
Alright. So, the deer's probably going to start running.
At this point, its head is like up, ears up. Frozen in place.
Okay. Let me think on this. Alright. At this point, Kyoshi knows they probably don't have another chance if they don't take the shots now.
Let me just not do that.
So he is going to loose his arrow straight at the deer.
Oh, okay.
So longbow attack from 60 feet.
Yes, it would be a longbow attack. 60 feet.
Ooh, 20.
One second, I'm just pulling it up. With a 20, okay. And they will all... are you commanding to them as well to make the shot?
That depends. How many deer are there? Is it just the one?
For now, all you can see is the one.
Then I'm not going to command them to do anything, as I want to retain the ability to hide further.
Okay. As you kind of let loose your arrow, you kind of also you kind of instinctively kind of give the nod, which they would all kind of, you would have spoken about this before, like just kind of hold your actions for now. As you let loose your arrow with a 20, it does kind of go in and sink into it. Kind of shooting it in like the rump area, as with that it's still gonna like be startled and start to bound away.
Should I roll for damage?
Yes.
Oh, wait, that's not it. Hang on. Why is it not letting me roll damage?
As we'll click on longbow in the actual text chat. As this one seems to like.
So 6, but I also have Dreadful Strikes, which I'm of course going to use. So 6 piercing, 4 psychic.
Just get this going.
Are we playing what I put on?
Okay. So yes, you go and shoot this the deer kind of in the bum. Sorry. As it starts to scamper away. As it does this, it kind of lets out this yell as you're gonna hear like a bunch more heads pop up out of the bushes, and they'll all kind of scamper away in unison as well. There's a good few of them.
As a reaction, I'm going to shout to the rest of them, "Loose!"
And they will shoot off their 4 arrows. Pew! First one from Talon missing. Is this missing? What is the... One second, let me get the AC up. I think it's 12. Let me double check. Yeah, it is 12. And Aqua lets out her arrow, but it misses as well. But Hazel lets out her arrow, and it just hits. So where Aqua let off her one, Aqua and Hazel kind of hit the same, was aiming for the same one. As the first one kind of missed, the deer kind of dodged out the way, and as it did so, Hazel's arrow kind of went in at an angle, hitting this one in the ribs. Again, starts to bound off.
Yo, the dog's excited.
What do you want to do?
Deer are moving pretty quick, right?
The deer are moving pretty quick.
Okay, so second round. So if I'm correct, I should be able to get off one more shot at least.
You can try, yeah. At this point, though, I'll say they're going to be at half cover because they're bounding. They're going behind the trees. They're trying to evade your cover.
I'm still going to take that shot. Okay, so I'm going to take one more shot with my longbow, aimed at one of the largest bucks I can see within 160 feet.
Okay.
$17. Do I hit that?
That hits. Yeah.
12 piercing and 1 psychic.
Okay. As you go and shoot, you hit another one. It just kind of lets out a little, like a yelp as you do, as it just continues on.
All right, so I'm going to use my movement to advance over to the one that I originally shot before, in an effort to quote unquote secure the area, as well as to also inspect to see if it is still there, limping, whatever have you.
Okay. You push forward, and these 3 tribe members come with you as well. What about the rest of the party?
I would like to try something kind of wacky.
What do you want to do?
Alright, so, I don't know. Moving bows is not much of a stealthy hunter. It's kind of hard being his mystique, but he wants to help out one way or another. So, I've been through a view. Can I roll a stealth check and see if I can possibly sneak on one of the deers that
They are
one of the
running at this
broken
point.
arrow?
They know something's going on, and they are running away from you.
Okay, then never mind. Can I I don't know if there's a tech or anything. Can I mad dash my way to one of the deers?
They are further than you can dash right now.
Can I run? I'm going to run.
You can run as close as you
Yeah.
can to them as you kind of. Umi, what about everyone else as well? Are you just going to run as far as you can?
I want to run, but I feel like I should also help the hunters because they're.
I'm with an 18 athletics. I go zooming in.
Let's say then, as Kayoshi kind of gives a signal to like push forward a bit and secure the area, everyone else kind of joins in as well as Umi takes the initiative and just runs up behind. You hear the stomping as you kind of charge through the forest. Kibi, you probably do the same as well, bounding as you do with your hopping ability, bouncing off the trees as you do, just almost like parkouring in the forest. Shio as well, just kind of sprinting through, and Pyphoon.
Wait.
I'm back.
Um.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back.
Yes, Shio?
There is other things. I don't want to just sprint to the deers. If I can spot the one that they had already shot, I want to also try a shot. I have a longbow.
At this point, you wouldn't be able to see it. You're going to. What Kayoshi's saying is like he's going to be running up to the area that it was shot and try and secure the area.
Okay, so okay, then I will also want to spring with my teammates.
Yeah, as what's happened is, to re-clarify, the arrows have let loose. Some of them have hit into the deers, but as they've been hit, the deers have kind of continued on by instinct, but ducked under the through the trees, into the bushes and stuff, and still tried to evade you still. As Kayoshi pushes up to where the deer is now, all of you roll me. Actually, nah. No need to. Kayoshi, with your 16 passive perception, at least, you can hear just like deer's noises of like yells in like pain almost from a few different locations. 3 locations to be exact.
Apologies, I return.
You hear 3 deers yelling in like doing that kind of the goat like kind of noise. In pain, seemingly, from 3 different locations.
Can this may sound this may be a bit of a wild idea, but can I Eldritch Blast one of these fucking deer?
They would be out of your view by now, but the ones that are on the floor will say you kind of push up to them as you see the dirt tracks as these deers that were hit seemingly went on, couldn't continue on as they realized they got hit and just skidded in the ground and are now like limping and not dead but struggling to get away still.
Okay, then I would like to do something if that's fine.
One
Alright.
second. Kayoshi, what did you want to do?
Yeah.
I'm motioning to the others to advance, and I make a very quick slashing motion across my throat as I draw out a hand axe.
Okay.
Do I hear a backstab information?
I'm going to go over to the big buck that I downed, and I'm going to raise its head up with a soft, like, shushing noise as I draw the blade over its throat to try to end it quickly.
And you do. It struggles a little bit, but you are able to kind of grab it and slice its neck, and it does kind of fall down limp, but somewhat peacefully. And as you kind of do that, the other 3 will take the lead as they locate the other 2 that were hit. The one that was hit in the ribs seemingly has a bit of struggle with it as it... So Talon kind of goes over to his one, slits the throat of that one, and just kind of it rests and dies peacefully. The other one that was hit in the ribs, Aqua and Hazel are both there. In the process of them trying to slit this one's throat, it gets back to life, gets back on its legs, and starts to run away. Very kind of slow, kind of like limping almost, but is like bounding at this point.
Can I? This gives me an idea. Can I do it? Am I near the deer?
Yes, you're here as well.
Am I near that deer? Okay, then I would like to do something if that's a-okay.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Alright, so, seeing that the deer trying to run away, me with my big meaty hands, I would like to run up to it and kind of leap forward with my hands forward as I try to grapple the beast down, holding it by the horns.
Do me a strength check, as it is going to acrobatics try and evade you.
Alright, then. Give me...
Check.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Check, not save.
I'm
And-
sorry. I still get mixed up between these two, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Probably a good thing. It kind of was a good thing. Not good enough. As you go, you leap as this deer just kind of evades you. As you go in your big muscular form, as you kind of go to grab around its neck, it just kind of jumps through and continues on.
The mic cut out.
Oh, so... well, this will be a fun challenge. He got him almost himself. He's not giving up just yet. This is kind of fun. He then tried to run and catch the deer again.
Well, hang on, before you have a chance to... Is anyone else doing anything? As you're seeing this one deer evade Umibozu, it's still clinging to life and it's bounding away slower than before because it's been hit in the ribs. It's limping. It's in pain, but it is getting away.
How far is it?
From where you are right now, probably like 20 or 30 feet. It's close.
It can't outrun me, right?
Nope.
So I'm going to run up to it and basically like try to jump on top of it and finish it off in the same way.
So roll me a grapple real quick. So strength check.
Oh, I'm bad at this. I'm trying to jump on top of it, not necessarily grapple it.
Yeah, strength check.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail this.
Well, this is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, again,
3.
as you go to like jump on top of it, for a minute your hands do touch like its back, but as it kind of does, it instinctively just kind of bucks, and then you just kind of fly off it as you tumble on the other side of it, as it's seemingly to bound away. I'm gonna make it roll a stealth check now.
Philosopher!
Can I try as well to hold the deer?
Oh, yeah, as it
So it's not hiding.
it's still in your vision as it's trying to get away, but it can't quite like. There's no like bushes or anything for it to jump into or anything. What do you want to do?
All right, so
Shio, as you've just kind of fallen off.
Okay. So, I guess I am going. Wait, is the deer grappled or?
Deer is not grappled. It is free and it is free and running.
Okay. If he passes in front of me, I will try to grapple him. But as I know that I am not much of a hunter and things like that, and I know that after this we will likely have a long rest, I will activate my Frost Rune and my Giant Smite to have advantage in strength checks.
Okay,
it's gonna have a bad time.
Before you do that, it's not in front of you. It's
Yeah.
about 30 feet away at this point.
Okay. Because if it's in my speed, I could run and try to grapple him, right?
Yeah.
Or because it's in my movement.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. So I would want to run to him and try to grapple him with the Frost Rune and Giant Smite effects.
Do a grapple, and I just want to double check. Can you do that? Can you activate both together and still have an action free?
Frost Rune is like a bonus section. Let me
It's
search for that.
yep, bonus.
And Giant's Might is just something that
Okay, it's-
happens.
yeah, exactly. So I
Oh.
guess that I could do both at the same time.
Giant's Might is a bonus action, and Frost Rune is a bonus action.
Oh,
So you'd have to pick
And
one.
okay. So just yes, yeah, just Frost Rune.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
God, how
With a
hard
plus
is it?
2 because of the Frost Rune. Okay.
How hard is it to catch a deer that we have to summon a
Jeez.
frost?
Damn.
With that, as you go and you summon your Frost Rune to kind of give you some aid on this, unfortunately, it still is like it's desperate to get away as it and is running away. I'll say it's gone another 30 feet as it's bounding.
Yeah, I'm running. I'm catching up as fast as I can as well. He's getting mad now. There's no way in hell he's gonna get beat by a deer.
Okay.
He's running. He's going. He's going.
All right.
As you would run up behind it, I'm gonna say it's gonna make an attack at you, Umi.
Okay, buddy.
Let me just
Yeah,
grab.
okay. Yeah, deer. What's Bambi's mom gonna do? Whatever.
As you come up behind it, it's in pain. It's trying to get away. It is going to buck you. Okay, I'll just say this. It is 1d4. 1d20 plus 4 for the attack. 14. What's your AC?
What? How does he get a 1d? How does he get a plus? How does a deer get a plus 4?
It's very dexterous.
Not the dexterous deer.
I'm not. I'm getting. Okay. Actually, wait. This is gonna be fun.
We have fallen so low. We are trying to catch a deer.
That is
we can't
7
just
bludgeoning
because
damage
he's
on
running.
you.
Actually, I would like to do that, but no. I have a little thing called Stone's Endurance. Since we're gonna do something, I am going to roll a d12, and whatever I reduce the damage by that, plus my Constitution mod.
Okay.
So you're basically gonna take almost no damage.
Yes, because I refuse to take damage from a dumb fucking deer.
Okay, roll the d12.
I am. And then I add
Yeah.
I add my Constitution modifier, which is
Well, I
my con.
believe, unless rules is written, I don't think it is. I think the minimum damage you can
Okay.
take is 1 still. So you would take 1 damage.
But it says right here.
No, rules is written if it reduces damage to 0, it counts as 0. Because I remember, because like Heavy Armor Master just basically means you ignore physical damage if it's less than 3.
Okay, let's go with that then. You take no damage as it bucks, but seemingly like it bucks, it does a real strong hit against you, but you just kind of manifest your stone skin, and it just, and it seems almost confused a little bit as it like yelps in pain with this arrow jutting out of its ribs and is tumbling over onto the ground.
So then I'm going to proceed to laugh at it. Not a dumb little deer could defeat me! No way in hell! And then he proceeds to look down at it and proceed to grope it by the antlers to yoink it right up.
You yoink this deer by the by the antlers basically, as it is almost like yelling in pain in clear distress as its legs are flailing wildly, blood coming out of the wound on its side. It is in pain.
Right.
All right, then to end his misery.
Hang on,
I'm
wait.
not gonna roll anything.
Umi, 1 second. Kayoshi.
Okay.
So the deer's grappled.
Yeah, Umibozu has it by the horns and is lifting it up.
And he's
I'm
not being
going to
gentle about
take-
it either.
I'm going to take a kill shot at its neck.
Okay.
Oh. Go on, then take the shot.
That hits.
17.
Hits. And with that, it goes into its, like... I'll say it's a little lower than the neck. It actually probably goes into, like, the collarbone almost. But with that, it just... and just gives up and goes limp.
All right. So...
Wait, can I? Okay. Just to make sure he does, who knows nowadays, you hear as, with his bare, meaty hands, he twists the neck a full, like, diagonal around. No, with a little bit of anger inside of him, boom, tosses it down. Ugh! God, that was annoying. Go on, then, take the food. Yeah.
So, at this point, I'm going to look around and make sure that there is nothing else observing us, any other animals that may have heard the noise and come to see if they can collect scraps.
You can roll perception, but seemingly, with your passive at least, it's fairly quiet around you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quiet around you.
Yeah. All right. So at that point, Kayoshi's going to get up, and with a grin, they sort of look back to the rest of the hunting party.
Aqua
And again,
and
it's
Hazel
this-
looking like, I'm really sorry, really sorry, and just like apologizing profusely.
I'm surprised he's not talking about the violent way he goes to kind of manhandle that deer. Proceed to basically full 360 his neck and toss it down. But hey, he's not arguing.
So Kayoshi's just going to hold up a hand as they as they lower their hand axe. They're just going to look over at Aqua and just wave a hand dismissively. You did well. Don't knock yourself for that.
But I let it go, and then it was distressed. It was in pain. It was all my fault.
It died, didn't it? It doesn't matter. He yells out.
So Kayoshi's going to go over to Aqua and give them a small smirk before looking to Dusk and Hazel and say, "Do you need help transporting the bodies back, or because we're probably going to have our hands full with this one?"
It's Talon and Hazel, but yeah.
Talon, sorry.
Yes, we'll bring it back. We can do it.
Okay. So Kayoshi is then going to, against the grass, they're going to basically wipe some of the blood off of their hand axe and look to Aqua while they're doing so and say, my first hunt I wound up leaving something behind too. But it was worse than that. I left something behind that I didn't mean to. I put an arrow right into their ribs. Just like that. But I couldn't finish it. It got
Their
away.
ribs?
It limped, probably for days, maybe weeks. And then I think it might have been the same one, I don't know, but I came across its corpse a few months later. Half-eaten, bones showing, and the arrow was still in the same spot. You don't fail as a hunter if you miss or if you let something get away. You fail if you hit it and you don't finish it. Never apologize for letting something go. Letting something go is supposed to be the way it is. You hunt to survive, not for the thrill of it.
By the way, sorry for asking, but does anyone else hear this or not?
Huh?
What?
Does anybody else hear?
I can hear all of you.
No, I mean like in character. Is everyone hearing what Kiyoshi's
Oh,
saying?
Yeah, I'm here.
probably. I don't think he's being too quiet about it.
I'm not.
Yeah,
All right,
No, I'm
then
not
I
concealing
wanna ask
anything.
you- I just want to ask because I wanted to say something. What a bunch of bullhickey you hear as
I haven't done a thing at all.
What a bunch of bullhickey. He shouts out as you hear as two antlers are seen to be ripped off the man off of the deer, and he puts it somewhere behind his back. I don't see what you're saying. If you miss as an archer, that means you have bad aim. Bad aim, no food, starvation, death. If you miss, that's about your fault, not. Ooh, we got to protect the forest, hibby jibby hunko bunko stuff. I'm just saying, young person, you hunt. If you miss, that's your fault. You must practice your aim.
Right. I'll practice. I'll be better next time.
Good, very good. Now, if you excuse
Kyoshi.
me, I must do something with these atlas.
Kyoshi, what do you want to do?
He's visibly perturbed by what Umi is saying, and he's trying to stay calm about it. And he manages to just barely before saying back to Aqua, "There's never any shame in failure. It's only delayed success. You figure out how to
Unless you are
succeed
feeding an
from
entire
failure."
village.
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat that? Out of character.
Unless you are feeding an entire village.
DM, allow me to roll something real quick.
Okay. What do you want to roll? Oof.
Okay. So Kyoshi is getting angrier and angrier by the second as Umi's words begin to get to them and begin to eat away at what they're saying.
Kyoshi, allow me to roll
And-
something.
Okay.
I'm sorry for this. If you want me to stop, I can.
Hazel is equally getting angry as her claws are actually already showing, but her canines start to grow a bit more.
So Kyoshi is going to hold up one finger to Aqua, and then they're going to turn around to Umi and say, "You don't know anything about me or the people that I am trying to help. You don't know anything about where I came from, and you don't know anything about Aqua. So I would like for you to please silence yourself on matters you are not aware of. I will only ask once. Please. I don't want any more trouble."
It is true. I do not know anything about your whatever you come from, but I do know how to survive, and I do know that missing a singular arrow, just a teeny wee little arrow, can mean life or death. And I know we are safe. I know it wasn't much of a risk, but still, I like to think of it as another way. I do not know much about your kind. You are correct, but I do know that meat and food is important. In trying to say that failure is somewhat of a good option.
Umi,
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hold
Umi?
on.
So,
wait.
Kyoshi,
Hang on. Kiwi, what are you saying?
I just want to approach Umibozu, and I'm going to look him square in his goddamn eyes. I'm just going to say, just because you're loud and you can open your mouth and you have opinions on things doesn't mean you should always say it. Regardless of what you think is important to this village, you are not part of them, and you should respect her values and their own personal relationships. It does not matter what you think. You are an outsider. Please respect that and do not talk on this matter anymore. Please.
Ugh. Ooh, and the person who barely lived here for about a week knows what they're talking about. Ugh, what? Now, whatever. I will not start any more arguments because of my opinions. I will be leaving then. Good day, and have fun with your whatever you think about. He says, a bit of anger inside of his words. He picks up the ripped off antlers that he took off and begin wandering back to the village, mumbling to himself about whatever argument he just had.
Umi, if you're going by yourself, do you perhaps have dark vision?
I have my tattoo lights, but no.
Roll me survival with disadvantage.
You
As
know
you
what? That's
see
fair enough because I am
tiny glowy, like blue glowy kind of form fade into the black.
survival, right?
Survival. Disadvantage.
Fair enough.
As Kyoshi and everyone would see this, you'd also remember you did see tracks of a bear, and you know there are some very dangerous things in the forest.
Oh, fuck.
So, oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. So, knowing that he's heading off into the wilderness
Just
by
a
himself.
question. Are you going to kill my character now?
I could. Let's see what everyone does.
So Kyoshi's going to bury their face in one of their hands, and they're like looking to Aqua as they go over to a piece of bamboo and chop it down real quick to create a sort of just create a pole. Using their rope, they're going to string the deer up by its hooves and basically make a two-man lift and try to haul it back to the camp. And as they lift it, they're going to say, I at least hope that idiot can survive out there if he's going to go off on his own.
Oh, okay. So what you're doing is going to take some time. By the time you've finished doing this, Umi is not in sight.
Okay.
Can we search for him?
You can search for him if you're fine doing this by yourself, Kyoshi. Everyone else can search for him.
Kyoshi's priorities are...
I just want to say out of character real quick. If you want me to stop this entire little character thing, I'm sorry. But
No, I think it's
I
fun.
can stop right now.
It's fun.
No, it's good. Kyoshi's going to go back to the village because he has more important bonds there. But on that note, Kyoshi's also going to say, you may want to go after your friend. As much as he might have tried to get on my nerves back there, I'd hate to find another corpse out here that goes to waste.
That goes to waste, okay.
Well, he's a big, strong Umibozu. He certainly knows how to find his way around a forest.
But at the same time, he is Umibozu. So I guess we should search for him. So do we roll survival or?
Yeah, roll survival. If you don't have dark vision, it's with... If you have dark vision, it's normal. If you don't have dark vision, it's disadvantage.
Can I just I wanna, because I'm doing this like reluctantly, like I guess you have to find this dumb rock bitch. So I'm gonna cast light. Just so we don't really have to worry about like darkness as of right now. So I'm just gonna cast down my fan and be like, okay.
And I have dark vision also.
I'm just doing this for the people who don't, which is like most.
Okay. So roll survival with a... Okay. With a 20, Pythoon, would you be with them as well? Pythoon?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going with them as well. Could you roll a survival as well?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
I'm with them.
Yeah, could you roll a survival?
Oh dear.
Hold on.
Uh,
a second.
Okay.
Motherfucker!
I'll say with Shio, maybe a bit more. You're setting off like your ink little eye to kind of scout out a little bit and kind of get an idea of the area. And also, at this point, you and Umi would have formed this almost kind of close bond. You had your sumo match and everything like that. And you kind of can almost like get into the mind of him. So you kind of like, I have an idea of where he might be. As you head and kind of follow where he could be, as slowly as you kind of go in a direction, you kind of do see a little glint off in the distance.
In the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there like footprints of animals in there? I don't know. Here.
You can see Umi's a faint glow of light from Umi. It's hard to make out any tracks from where you are now.
If I may add something, you also see a very, very like almost little speck of something yellowish around the blue as well.
Okay. I get near, but I want to do it slowly and with my party teammates behind me. I just made like a little shush. Shh. We are getting near him, I think.
Let's
Yeah, as you see, you kind of get a bit closer and you do make out there's definitely Umi. So what do you want to do? Umi.
You see, if it's alright, if I can describe what they see.
Yeah.
They see themselves a. Shio will probably remember this back in the pagodas, but he sees himself sitting on the ground, his tattoos very slightly glowing. You can see again, like I said, Shio will probably remember this, the drum on his shoulder once more. You only see the backside of him, but you can hear a dunk, dunk, and every time he bangs on that drum, just very slightly, that little yellow thing you saw from earlier, yeah, now expands into like a circle of sorts around the drum. Dunk, dunk. You also hear some very deep breathing. Would I know they are there or no?
You can roll me in perception. With your no. With your passive, you have no reason to think they're there either, so you wouldn't be actively searching for them. With your passive, you probably wouldn't know.
So just perception then?
You can roll perception if you want to have a look. With your passive, you wouldn't know they're there.
Never mind then. I'll just continue what he's doing. Each time he takes a single dunk on the drum, his tattoos just go a little bit lighter and just a little bit brighter. Dunk, dunk.
Yes, I
dunk.
remember this. I try to tap him on the shoulder just a little bit, like, hey, it's already late. We have to return to the city, please.
Dunk. One single drum of the thing. Ugh. That new. He doesn't move or anything. He still stands where he saw behind him, but he speaks. Ugh. That new person we picked up not too long ago, Kiyoshi. Ugh. She annoys me.
Out of character, you only know them as Cone.
Oh, Con. Alright, sorry. Con, yes. They annoy me. I've been getting angrier. I feel just a wee bit angrier now, ever since she's been here. I don't know what to do.
We will reach at some point in a for an agreement, and we don't have to travel with them. At least if you don't, and if we don't want to, I guess. But mm, for the current time being, we we should get back. At least you should rest.
Is anybody else with you here? Or is it just you, Shio, my friend?
Behind me is Golden Boy. Kiwi?
And Python would be with you as well.
He is still reading. He has been reading all the way.
Yeah. Is the rabbit fool here to insult my weight again? Is he here to insult me again because my weight again? That's fun to hear, you know.
No, we
Yeah, I
need to
guess
get
so.
back to the village. Trying to make sure you didn't
At some
die.
point, I want to talk to him privately.
Fine. Fine. As long as nothing else goes wrong, Oh. It's okay. It's okay. I will be there. I just... he says as his tattoo...
Push to talk, my
Oh,
dude.
Jesus. Yeah. Tattoos were... The tattoos were slowly dimming down again to where they're just normal. Puts his drum back and one of his back rope things. And with one more deep breath, he stands back up to turn around to his little merry group of friends, hopefully. Well then, we don't have much time to spare. The moonlight is shining on me, and it seems like we're getting a bit lost. Shall we?
Well, Python, you wanted to talk to Umi in private, right?
Yeah, when we get up to the temple.
Well, you're not at the temple anymore. You're in Nonsu, but as you start to head out of the forest, you kind of lead Umi to kind of the path leading out. 1 second. Nope.
Yes.
Thought I was gonna
What is the
sneeze.
Python?
Sorry. As you start to lead Umi out of the forest, you would see from a bit further out the path leading back to the campsite you was. A bit further up the road, a very, very small light. And as you kind of focus in and look a bit closer, you would see...
You sleep in my bed where I'm going? No, I don't fucking do that. I don't sleep in someone else's bed.
Python, your mic is on.
Now I gotta go speak.
You would see like a very faint light off in the distance with 4 figures all together, and you could maybe say that was the party with Kayoshi. And we'll say you 4 all head... Python, are you there? I think he's busy. You 4 all start to head back to the tribe, if that's okay.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Okay. As you start to make your way down,
Yeah,
do any of you want to talk, or
Here,
you're here?
sorry.
So while you start to head back to the tribe, Python, you want to talk to Umi in private, so maybe you hang back a little bit and talk to him. Push talk. Oh.
Okay. I can't
You good?
push this thing while I'm talking full sentences. God.
Okay.
Man's a robot now.
Typhoon's gonna pull him into another room.
You're outside.
And
You're
then he's
walking
just
from the
gonna
forest to the tribe, and you've just
say-
kind of hung back for a little bit.
I'm gonna tell you two things. Probably more. I don't know. Oh. Okay.
We can wait until you're in
He's
one of the
behind,
buildings.
correct?
Yeah.
Go on with the city and wait till
Sorry,
he's good to go.
you're isolated from everyone else. You're by yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. We can wait till Dash's mic starts working again. You can focus on the other guys.
Okay. Dash, if you can't get your mic to work, just post it in the text channel, and I can read it out on your behalf if you want. As you all start to march down the road and kind of following Kayoshi's little light as you kind of head on to the village, or the small little almost town that this tribe has formed. As you get back, you would see Kayoshi kind of presenting the hunt to the other elders of this tribe as well. So what does everyone want to do? Kayoshi?
Alright, if no one else is doing anything. So, as I'm presenting these 3 deer to the village elders, and there's, I would imagine, a few people beginning to gather around, I look to the 3 that joined me on the hunt, and I'm just giving them a massive grin, like a master would give his pupil after they mastered a skill. You all did well out there today. Without you, we wouldn't have nearly as much as we have now. Be proud. You've helped us all today.
They all seemingly take the compliment. Aqua a little bit more so. Really takes it to heart. But yeah, everyone just kind of takes off after that. Bow their heads and just take off.
As I don't actually have a knife for this purpose, which is kind of awkward, I'm going to see if I can acquire a skinning knife and begin harvesting and preparing the things. The pelts, namely, and see if I can harvest usable meat.
Yeah. Do you have a tool proficiency that can help with this?
I have no tool proficiencies.
Okay. So if you roll me a... Yeah, I was going to say, if you have like leather crafting or something, that could maybe help you skin, because leather.
Nope.
If you could roll me... we'll say, within these yurts, I'd already said that everything here is kind of communal. Everyone kind of shares their own tools and stuff. They almost like sleep in each other's houses almost, and the houses themselves are almost like facilities for tool sets, so alchemy, cooking, all that kind of stuff. So you are able to find a hunting knife, like where you can kind of parry the skin off. Roll me a survival with that, and roll me it 3 times because there's 3 hunts. Okay.
18, 23, 19.
After a bit of time as well, and I'll say the rest of the party at this point would have linked up as well, as you would just see Kayoshi kind of almost surgically prying the skin off all of these animals, harvesting all of the valuables, the antlers, this and this, and just kind of cutting them and cleaning them very, very delicately, and then harvesting the meat and stuff. You're going to be giving the meat away, right, to the tribe?
I'm taking a single serving for myself. The rest of it is for the tribe.
Okay. So if you can add 1 ration to your thing, or you could add, if you mean you're breaking off like a leg for yourself, that's a few rations.
No, I'm breaking off enough for 1 decent meal,
Okay.
which I'm automatically deducting. I'm going to say that that's my dinner for the day.
Okay. Yeah. As you do that, and then you hand the rest over. Are you handing the pelts over as well?
Am I? That's a good question.
And there's also the more valuable things like the antlers and other ornamental things that don't have a, they're not like belts or anything like that, like horns and...
I'm going to give the pelts to the 3 hunters that joined me.
Oh, okay.
1 to each. After they are, after they're properly harvested and cured, they will go to the 3 hunters.
I'll say then, as you kind of give each to them, you kind of make maybe a point to give the one that Talon had actually hunted to Talon, the one that you had hunted to Hazel, and the one which Aqua and Hazel tried to hunt but missed, and Aqua failed to grapple it in time. You give that to her as kind of a more symbolic of like the lesson she learned on that journey.
I said to each of them in turn, take these, wear them with pride, wear them in rain, sun. May it protect you, and may you protect our people.
You see, like, Talon kind of puts it over his shoulders. Hazel doesn't put it on yet, but just kind of keeps it under her arm, and Aqua would almost like have it, but like almost like tuck it close, almost like a warm, like a blankie or something, like something very precious to her at this point.
I'm tempted to roll insight.
You can roll insight. What are you inciting?
Their disposition towards me.
Talon seems more older. They do kind of have it and put it over their shoulders. They kind of give you a bit of a smile and a nod, but they're kind of straight faced about it. Like this is just like a no big deal to them kind of thing. But they take it humbly and respectfully and stuff, and do wear it over their shoulders though. 24 insight. Hazel, being the more tan-skinned female, more stronger, like muscular, kind of more of a martial combatant, if anything, keeps the skin like under her arm, and Aqua, seemingly like thinner, smaller, and all that, like more pale with like almost like this whitish hair kind of coming down. She's holding it almost like it's precious. With the 24 insight, Aqua's like almost like looking at you, like probably like bright eyes, like, oh, this means so much to me. Thank you. Thanks for the lessons that you've taught me and everything like that. 24. You might even see Hazel every now and again, kind of looking at Aqua and looking back and looking forward and looking at her, and maybe a very small blush on Hazel's cheeks.
Aww.
All right. So after I've presented the furs to them, the antlers, I'm going to make sure that the medicine people have it because I would probably know that you can make a fairly decent blood clotting poultice out of ground up antlers and several other herbs. So they would probably use those for some medicines. If nothing else, they would use them as instruments for druidic focuses, if indeed there are any druids in the clan that I don't know about. And I'm going to probably commune with the elders for just a little bit in the night.
Okay. What about everyone else?
Not much. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
I just want to look at the moon and, be like, home. Good vibes. Pray to Kaguya, maybe.
Okay. What are you saying in your prayer?
Good vibes, man.
Shio is just probably sitting with nor Kibi Kibi, or Kibi Kibi or Umibosu, just watching what they're doing and just doing nothing. He's just watching and seeing.
Okay. So, Kibi Kibi, as you kind of focus in on the moon, are you saying anything to Kagura or anything like that?
Yes. What I would be saying is, oh, Princess, Kaguya, I met some new type of people today. It's kind of cool and everything, given the fact that I've been sent here to do exactly that. I want to learn more about the world, and I want to learn more for you. I just hope that any tensions and stupid actions that may come across of this journey of enlightenment, I guess you could say, find their way to resign and find peace. That's all I can really say. Hope you're doing well. Still kind of heard about the whole multiple moon rabbits thing, but you know what? It's whatever. XOXO, Kibi Kibi, and like metaphor, like mentally, I put like a little bunny shape in the prayer. Don't ask how. It's just there.
As you
Sweet. Good job.
So, to be clear, only you would see this. But as you kind of look up at the moon, I wouldn't exactly call this a vision, but it's almost like it's like that kind of cross-eyed effect, if you know what I mean. It's like something kind of overlaps your reality in a way. As you look up to the moon, you see only what you can explain as a eclipse at night, with some big orb or something blocking out the moon with a very faint rim around it. And just as you kind of focus in and get this kind of image implanted in your mind, it fades and it's back to normal.
Well, I don't know what I would, love a word to go with that sign, but thank you, Princess Kaguya.
That was sweet. I like that.
That was adorable.
That's my brand.
Typhoon,
XO.
if you're here really quick, as you're learning a bit more of this key, manifesting it, I'll say if you want to meditate for a bit longer.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip the private conversation. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's not gonna work.
You can do that if you want to, but Or okay.
No. I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna pass it.
Here's how I'd like to do this. You. Okay. So, as you kind of flick through this book a bit longer, you try to manifest ki by meditating. Doesn't work. Every now and again you feel a spark, but as soon as you feel it, it's gone. It is like a bolt of electricity in you. But for whatever reason, you think back before when you touched your sword and you did feel a very strong wave come through you. So you kind of do the same. And you feel that same kind of, the same like spark, but flowing. So. That is 10. So, this, you get this feeling that now you have kind of unlocked something within yourself. That this, or what you're doing, seems to be the correct path to understanding a bit more about how to manifest your ki and project it outwards, if that's what you're trying to do. I'm going to work this out of character for now. I'm working this in the same way we are with the proficiencies. So if you're continuing to unlock this for 10 days, at the end of the 10 days, you'll get this as a multi-class. As this is something you have to learn about.
That.
I told you he was
Okay, got it.
You never...
So you're starting at 10 and then, yeah, work down the line for that. Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? I know Kyoshi wanted to talk to the elders.
Well, I actually think this just at this point, but he starts painting of what he remembers of the hunt, and he starts painting Kaiyoshi and his friends, his personal friends, the hunters. Just, and he's going to make like another big like portrait, just like he made with the moon cord for Kibi Kibi.
Okay. Do you have... Actually, let me double check this, because this would be good. Okay. So, you don't have... you don't have proficiency in painting tools. Or painting supplies. Right?
No, not at this point.
If you would like to, you could do the same thing which I've with Python, where you could have this as a proficiency. And what that would do for you is you can roll a painting supply, I think down the line with the rune... I think with the rune knight stuff, you can have that to almost as your focus, I think. Yeah, basically when you have it as a proficiency, there are things within this guide which lets you have the ability to craft masterworks within that. So yeah, in this, as you kind of paint the scene from the hunt, it's good. It's a really good painting. You could probably sell this for a bit.
Wait, what was the last thing you said? Sorry.
You could probably sell this for a bit of money if you wanted to. As you kind of feel like you're getting better at painting, and yeah, the scene itself is kind of cool.
Okay, I want to at least for now, uh, just stay with it. I will just save the painting in my equipment.
Okay. So yeah, painting of hunt, or however you want to describe it. Kayoshi,
Okay.
what do you want to do?
Already had it in my inventory.
Yes, if you just add it to your inventory.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm there with the village elders, right?
Yes, as you would go into the bigger tent, you would see this kind of elderly lady at the front. Not small or anything like that, quite tall, quite skinny as well. But with quite a bit more animalistic features on her. Like bone kind of like necklace, her claws showing. She looks a bit more like feral, definitely more wild, more wolf-like.
Okay.
Yeah,
how
we got
many
a
of them are
group
there?
here.
I'm assuming 4 or 5.
There's this one who is like the main one, kind of centered as you go into the main tent. There's a bunch of like common, I don't want to say commoner, but like average day people, like who don't seemingly have a high status. And there's some more people to her side, so 5 altogether, her and like 2 others to her sides.
Okay. So Kayoshi is going to enter with a very, very deep, respectful bow towards the elder and say, "Greetings. I trust things have been at least tolerable in my absence."
Somewhat, yes.
It's good to see that we're still able to raise decent hunters, even in such trying times.
Yes, I was worried. Most of the good hunters were left behind, but it's fortunate we can make it back on our feet.
He is going to take a sort of kneeling stance just nearby them, like facing directly opposite them, but near enough to where he doesn't have to raise his voice or anything, and he's going to ask, "What is it that we need in particular?" I imagine we need lumber to build. We need an area we can call our own. We need security most of all, probably.
Security, we haven't been bothered so much. A few nights back, some hooligans came and threw some bottles and caused a bit of a mess, but nothing major. We're used to living fairly more open, but lumber, again, shouldn't be the priority. We have a roof over our head, and we are grateful for this at least. But now, food. Status. If we can get inside the city walls and... yeah.
Without shrouding ourselves.
Even if that was the case, the longer we're out here, at any moment, there's the risk that we could be hunted. Or found by other tribes.
He gives a small nod and basically says, "Well, I'll see what I can do. As far as working on building our status, I can try and do what I can while I'm here in the city. It's not too far away. Maybe I can win some hearts. Maybe we can sell some of the pelts, get some of the money that we need. We can trade that for food, seeds, some livestock we need to build. But of course, you already know all this."
Right. It's most important that we're safe. We're away from... She'll use a term, seemingly like other half, or she'll say it as like other half, but it will kind of infer more like better half, if you know what I mean. Yeah. It's more important we're away from them.
Well, we have many miles between us and them. If they want to come down here, they'll have to come down here, and knowing their type, they're likely to leave a path along the way, unfortunately stained in blood. We'll at least know if they're coming, and I doubt that they'll find us here. At least I hope.
Yes, we've gone a long way, lost many people on the road. If they were coming to get us, they would do the same.
He just gives a very grave nod as he recalls probably helping bury some of those people, some of his probably friends that he had lost along the way. He says, "Oh, it's not much, and unfortunately I have obligations to the tribe, and you know that, but there's a group that I've come across that I brought here with me. Outsiders, yes, but they can at least be trusted. They're, how should I say, outcasts, much like we are. I think that if we can manage to make some sort of agreement with them, perhaps we can elevate ourselves, crawl out of the muck that that the other half decided to leave us in, with their reputation for warmongering."
But now, don't worry about hunting. We have people here, Talon, Aqua, and Hazel can help with that. Get into the good grace of the people of Nonsu. With them, we'll get safe housing, and from there we can settle down a bit.
And things can finally, hopefully, return to a sense of normalcy.
Go into town, find out what the people are struggling with, and see if you can remedy them. I've been hearing some distress recently. You might want to try talking to the guardsmen. They seem to have some disputes on the road. And also trades have not been coming in as regularly. Odd jobs like that, anything would help.
You may consider it done, wise one. In the meantime, and he's going to reach back and he's going to pull out 15 gold pieces and leave them in a small neat trail on the ground as like an offering / tribute to help them. And he's going to explain, it's not much, but it's what I can spare to help.
Thank you.
Let me see what I can do. Hopefully we can spend some time here, secure the village better, make sure that we're not being hunted ourselves.
Yes, spend as long as you need.
Up. Thank you. I have one thing that I would like to ask.
Yes, go ahead.
The people of Nonsu, I've noticed they seem rather cultured, or at the very least they can appreciate plays and performances. I wonder if I may be able to... And he kind of trails off, thinking about how he's going to word this for a bit, before saying, I wonder if I can perhaps take one of our instruments, introduce them to our culture, hopefully. It may not be much, but it's a way for the common folk to realize that we don't actually mean to hurt them, unlike the other half.
I mean, We've tried. People haven't had much. They're not interested in that kind of stuff. You would probably need someone with a very loud personality to attract everyone's attention. That's your goal.
At this point, Kyoshi decides to smirk, and he pulls out the tobacco pipe and hands it to the elder, and then says, "Wise one, tell me what you see here."
It's a tobacco pipe.
And they say, "Look closer." And as they do, they'll begin to notice that the pipe in and of itself is probably not normal.
I don't see what you're getting at. Out of character.
Out of character, this is a Fey artifact
Okay.
that doubles as a spellcasting focus.
Right, okay. So yeah, assuming that she would probably know this, that this is something maybe not common, but like this is something that this tribe probably would have dealt with. She'll say, or basically repeat what you said.
And then they're going to look with a bit wider of a grin at them, and then say, "I can hunt. Strumming is zither, and plucking the strings of a bow are not exactly unalike. I think if anybody can win their hearts over, it would be me."
We'll try. Whatever you can get would help.
They're going to give a small nod and they're going to take back their pipe after the elder is done investigating it, and then look to everyone with a soft grin. And is there anybody wearing anything that looks like it has holes in it or is maybe broken?
There's some yeah and no. Like any holes which would be put into, like, there are very clearly like some blankets and stuff like draped over some of the older folk with like some holes in them, but they would have been stitched up already. So you can see like blankets and stuff over them with very clear stitch marks where there were once holes. So it's almost it's almost this raggedy mismatch kind of like patchwork blanket, and a few people are wearing like similar kind of stuff where everything seems to be DIY repaired almost.
Well, Kaishi's going to look to everybody and just nod to themselves before looking back up at the elder, rising up and giving one more bow before saying, "Rest assured, I'll make sure that we're all safe and we can all live in peace."
Boobies!
Huh? Koshi, what were you saying?
I said that we'll all live in peace one of these days, or I'll die trying to get us there. That's my promise to every single one of you, not just the village elder.
They'll kind of give you a nod and just bow kind of humbly, like, yeah, very respectfully kind of bow quite low. Even the elder, who doesn't normally bow.
One final bow, he departs from that tent, and I think at this point, what time is it?
It's dead of night, so you'd all be going to sleep.
Yeah, probably going to long rest at that point.
So yeah, you would have all go. Oh, go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm setting up my 2-person tent and sleeping in that.
Okay, that works. So you'd set up your tent and kind of get that ready. As everyone else would have a room in some of the various other places. The majority of you probably in the barracks, which is kind of more of the Like it's a big long room or like tent which is put up with multiple segments where it's just sleeping bag after sleeping bag, and a bunch of people are sleeping in this one big area. But you all do have a long rest, as I think this is just on time. I think that's where we're going to end the session. As you'll have a long rest, and in the morning you have some quests, and you have an idea of where you want to, what you want to do and where you want to go. So we can pick that up and see about if we can get this tribe introduced into the city.
Okay.
Well,
This seems like it's going to be a fun time.
As per usual, I like to ask the DM, what was your favorite part of each player's theme?
So
Starting with Python.
Starting with Python. I mean, Python, I do like how you're always trying to pursue the monk of the actual self and like the monk kind of thing as a multi-class. I would like to hear a bit more from you. You've been kind of quiet this session. But I think, yeah, overall you're very focused on your character and kind of know what they're doing. You're having some mic problems and stuff.
I'm sorry if I've been quiet. Yeah, I'm sorry if I've been quiet. I didn't know like what the appropriate time to let like him in and such.
That's fine. I can just be mindful of that in the future and ask you. I can hear you having like some background stuff as well, but we can chat on that in the week and stuff. Ooh, Inking is almost done with his drawing.
Okay.
Kibi, I think you've interacted really well with all the characters so far. Like the whole bar scene with you and Umi as well. I'm tying you two together on this. I think the bar scene was very fun. Yeah, how you just slammed those shots back like a fucking champ. And you played it off really well, both of you.
Thank God for the dice rolls, because I saw that my constitution. I was like, "Ooh, this could be bad."
Shio, I think how you seeked out Marvas, I think that was his name. As Marvia, as that's kind of something you're trying to pursue. I think that's really cool, and you got a little lead on what that is going to be like. And Kyoshi, just the hunting and introducing everyone to the tribe was very, very fun. You seem to have a very clear idea of your character.
Yay.
I mean, everything in this session was very, very exciting. But the most exciting thing is the fact that some of the chat were flirting with Valiant. That is the thing that I get on these sessions. As I am watching the stream, I watch the chat go bonkers by the VTube model.
It's the unfortunate truth of how good my avatar looks. But actually, my if anyone is interested in VTuber stuff, Mimi, the artist who done my avatar, if I have a little coupon code, and if you give it to if you quote the Valiant 20, I think you get like a discount on it. I think it's 20% discount. So yeah, if anyone's interested on someone with the art just like my avatar, and there's updates on this coming as well, where the armor's gonna have a glint of shine on it. I've got some of the the cape is gonna have like a better flowing physics and like some other bits like that. Yeah, that's all coming very soon as well. So yeah, it's the unfortunate truth of having an amazing artist. But yeah,
Ink, if you can hear this, you are the sexiest person alive right now.
Excuse me.
Oh no.
The temptation to set a bear on Umi.
Also, thanks to Dane King and Kaz the Wizard for always being, at least of what I've seen in the chat, consistent with the views and comments.
Mhm.
and well, just on everything, on watching the stream.
Mhm. Yeah, in the
I'd
next.
also like to thank our sponsor for this. I'd also like to thank our sponsor for the stream, Raid Shadow Legends, free iOS RPG mobile game. Choose from 400 plus characters with graphics
No.
from the style of
You have that
PS5.
memorized.
Yes, if you review the code now at retardation at 101, you get free new champions, Jotun, and 300 summoning coins. See you on the
So-
battlefield, warrior.
Yeah, I'm getting a big graphical update to the overlay and avatar and stuff, hopefully for the next session. So look forward to that. And I want to change some stuff
That's
with
it.
the formatting, like maybe a Q&A at the beginning or something.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
But yeah,
And anything else last minute?
nope, pretty good.
I ate bologna while I was doing this.
So
All right.
thanks to everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Bye.
Bye.
Adventures.
Amigos, don't die. Please
Bye.
don't.